For Team Finland, this is the most important hockey game in their history, dating back to 1928. They play Team Canada, a team playing in Toronto, a team that must win. Canadian pride. Young hockey players north of the border grow up with that fiber as part of their being, a passion to be the very best. Saturday night, the will to remain the game's superpower was put to an extraordinary test. A magnificent display of the game at its finest, laden with exhilarating highs and near devastating lows. At night's end, pure Canada, pure drama.
Smith has shot, save, rebound. Oh, Lecavalier scored! Canada wins in overtime!
Canada's final hurdle to a perfect tournament comes in the form of an unbeaten Finnish team. Their greatest obstacle, the man who shouldered the weight for Calgary in June in their quest to bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada. Now, his goal to break the hearts of so many who supported him just a short time ago. Tonight, Canada and Finland. Welcome to Toronto, everybody. This is the final of the World Cup of Hockey. If you're lucky enough to get inside, the price was $650 face value. You could get one maybe for $1,500 outside. There are a lot of people outside who wish they were in for this, the final game. Welcome, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, along with Bill Clement and Jeremy Roenick. We are ready to go. This is it. This will determine the champion of this World Cup season. Bill, we take a look at this Canadian team. It is all about their pride, their history, and their game.
Well, Finland can win this game, but I believe Canada will because of what two players will prove tonight. First of all, I really believe that Mario Lemieux will prove that he is still the best big game player in the sport of hockey. He will use his strength and his size to be dominant tonight. The other guy that will prove something is Vincent Lecavalier, and I think he will prove that he absolutely belongs on this list of elite players. Remember, he wasn't on the original roster for Canada. He's only here because Steve Yzerman couldn't make it. Tonight, he will prove that he belongs on this list.
Jeremy Roenick, we turn to goaltenders as we always do. You have faced these two. No surprise, they are the top two in this World Cup play.
No surprise. And I'd say arguably the two best goaltenders in the world today. For Canada, Martin Brodeur, three-time Stanley Cup winner, and in my opinion, the most consistent goaltender in the last 10 years. This guy is tough to beat. The more he plays, the better he gets. And on the other side of the coin, I think the new age goaltender, Miikka Kiprusoff for Finland, has been an absolute horse for the last 5 months, taking Calgary to the finals, 7 games. This guy has poise, talent, and I'll tell you what, he has ice in his veins, so make the hardest saves tonight look real easy. And if Finland has a chance tonight, that boy better be good, because this place is going to be rocking.
And if he is, he's got a chance to be the MVP. One of these teams will take the World Cup home with them tonight. And when we come back, Saku Koivu, we will meet the Finnish star on the bench, as well as Mario Lemieux.
Tonight in Toronto, a champion will be crowned. It is the final game of the World Cup of Hockey. And for Canada, nothing new being in the finals, but for Team Finland, their first time to the finals of the World Cup of Hockey, Saku Koivu, their captain. Many of us today have talked about how this could be the biggest game in your country's history as far as hockey is concerned. Have you guys talked about that, and do you buy that? Is this as big as it's ever gotten?
Well, this is one of the biggest. I mean, there's a few big ones before, but it's, like you said, the first time for us where all the best players in the tournament and win the final. We talked about it before the USA game. We won that one, and this one is even bigger.
When I've seen you play, your team has played like a team that has the confidence to beat anybody. Where does the confidence come from?
Well, I guess we played pretty well in the round robin against the Czechs and the Swedes. We gained some confidence on that game, and obviously then having a lot of guys in the NHL. So now we know that we can beat these countries, and having a goaltending, having a solid team defense, those are the strengths that we're having. And when you win some games, you gain confidence, and that's what's happening for us.
Saku, thank you very much. Good luck. Saku Koivu, Team Finland. Over to Team Canada's bench and Gary Thorne. Gary?
Bill, thanks very much. Mario, for Team Canada, can you put into words what this means for this country, this game?
Not really. It means a lot. Every time we have a chance to play in the World Cup or the Olympics a couple years ago, it's very special for the players involved, but more importantly for our country. And we feel the pressure here in the dressing room this morning and before the game, but we're ready to go.
Have you given any thought to the fact, and could this be your last game if everything's shut down for a long time?
Yeah, it's always in the back of your mind, but you know, as we said before, we want to concentrate on this tournament and then worry about the CBA a little bit later on. There'll be plenty of time for that.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Mario Lemieux, Team Canada. What does it mean? It is the front page story.
ESPN's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized.
Welcome to the ESPN studios. Barry Melrose and David Amber. Barry, in the semifinal against the Czechs, you predicted it would be a 4-3 game. It was a 4-3 game. You were gloating. Tonight's game, what's it going to be?
3-1 Canada, empty net goal. But Canada's got to be aware of a couple things. Number one, in the neutral zone, the Finns are going to have 4 guys back. The Czechs relied on offense. They attacked. There were some breakdowns, some outnumbered chances. That won't happen against the Finns. The Canadians saw them play against the Americans. You must be patient. You cannot make mistakes in your own end. You cannot cheat in your own end. Take care of that end first with Martin Brodeur, then attack the Finns in the neutral zone in their end. Kiprusoff is as good a goaltender as in the tournament. Fantastic tournament so far for him. But the Finns are vulnerable. They can be pushed around physically. If the Canadians get in there, get the puck deep, and do some banging. Canada's much bigger than the Finns, much more aggressive than the Finns, and they must play that way. Don't let the Finns hang around. Try not to let them be close going into the third period.
Started with 8 countries. We're down to 2, the only 2 unbeaten countries. And how close are they, Barry? 19 goals for Canada, 6 against, 15 for Finland, 6 against.
Balanced scoring, that's the strength of both these teams. They don't rely on 1 or 2 guys. In the old days, Teemu Selanne had to score 6 or 7 goals for Finland to have a chance. Now they got young players that can score. Koivu's playing well. Lettinen's playing well. They got a ton of guys that can score. So Canada's very solid also, deep in every area.
All right, well, the puck will be dropping at the Air Canada Centre in just a sec. First, though, Sass Jordan with O Canada.
You all set?
God keep our land. Match up there probably, I think, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Big Joe against
Big guy.
We are ready for the final of the World Cup of Hockey, and make no mistake about it, in the back of the minds of all of these people is, when is the next hockey game we'll see with NHL players in it? Yes, this matters. This game is what the players will concentrate on, but for the fans in the seats, especially here in Canada and in Finland, where it's 2 o'clock in the morning and there will be millions watching this game, this is about winning this World Cup, which really in the United States we don't have a real good feel for. It is, however, like Lord Stanley's Cup. Let's check in with Aaron.
Well, Gary, Team Finland netminder Miikka Kiprusoff told me he is not worried about the 3 Tampa Bay Lightning players on Team Canada. He said the Stanley Cup final has no bearing on tonight's game. He said he doesn't even worry about his own Calgary teammate Jarome Iginla. He told me, quote unquote, I owned Jarome in practice. But Gary, I asked Jarome about that, and he said, don't believe what Kiprusoff will tell you. I scored 7 out of 10 times on him in practice. Guys, believe who you want. We'll see who wins it tonight.
We are underway. Thornton takes the face-off. It'll be Team Canada in red, the white and blue for Team Finland. Niedermayer and Riku out there defensively. Teemu Selanne in a big hitting line, and there's our first hit. Tempo Newman and puts it on. Same scratches for Team Canada with Redden, Marlowe, and Jovanovski out of the lineup, along with Jose Theodore. In the lineup is Martin Brodeur.
Back in is Martin Brodeur after missing the last game with a bad left wrist. Roberto Luongo was able to advance Team Canada to this championship game, but Martin Brodeur is their bread and butter man in goal. Canada is deep in every position. There's Luongo backing up. You can only play one goalie at a time, though. And Brodeur is clearly their money man in the pipes.
As Barry noted, these two teams defensively and offensively are virtually identical here in this World Cup play. 15 goals for Finland, 19 Team Canada. Each has given up 6. Their power plays have been more or less effective, more so than not. Penalty killing, both teams have done well. So they do match up. Team Canada unquestionably has the greater depth, while the speed and the hope for physical play is what Finland would like to use in this game. Salo along the near side wall. Mario Lemieux's line is out there, held in by Brodeur along the near side. Dumped back into the middle on the intercept and cleared out of the zone by Ali Jokinen. It'll be out of foot going back.
I think it's really important that Finland tries to get off to a real quiet start. They need to take the crowd out. The crowd's going to be really, really excited to start this game. And so
look at Mario. Mario got that pass into the hole. What a setup by Mario Lemieux.
Oh, and did you not say in the beginning of the telecast that he is going to show why he's one of the best players ever to play? Well, watch this pass that he makes. Bill, this is unbelievable. He's a righty, and he makes a pass across his body.
I'm more impressed with how he picked up the pass from Sakic.
Oh,
Look
my
at the move
God.
outside the blue line. You better clear off a spot on the museum wall. That play right there was a piece of art, and it belongs somewhere in the archives of World Cup of Hockey history. What a play for Canada go on top 1-0.
And I tell you, if he's going to put it on the stick of anybody, that kid that he just put it on the stick, Jerome McGinley, one of the best scorers in the National Hockey League for the last 2 years.
Team Canada in the first minute gets a 1-0 lead. They could not have hoped for anything better than that, and for Finland they could not have hoped for anything worse. Thornton behind the net, gets it out in front, gets kicked away into the middle. Finland wants this to be a low-scoring, grinded out, little number shots game. Team Canada wants to run and gun. Played back by Teppo Numminen. Thornton out there with his line as Team Canada here in the second round has kept their lines together for the most part throughout these games, and why not with the success they've had. The goal at 52 seconds. It'll be Sakic announced from Lemieux and Brodeur. Sakic from Lemieux and Brodeur on the goals to make it 1-0. Up the near side towards Huttunen.
So much for them taking the crowd out of the play.
Yeah, you got that part right.
Jeez.
That went into the middle. And Martin Brodeur! Big save early. So let's see, we haven't played 2 minutes. Lemieux, Sakic, and Iginla scored a goal, and Martin Brodeur's made a great save.
And that means the key ingredients are on board already. We talked about Martin Brodeur, JR. You called him the most consistent goalie the last 10 years in the NHL. But besides the consistency, what he has brought is the ability to come up with huge saves at major times in a hockey game. And believe me, that was a major time, even though we're early in the first period.
That prevented Finland from getting back in and feeling a lot better about itself. Hit put on by Riku Hahl on the near side, who plays for Colorado. Physical aspect of Finland's game is something to look for early. Alaranta could not hold that one in. It came outside the line. How much has it mattered to score first in this World Cup of Hockey? 16-1-1. When you do, Finland defeated the Team USA 2-1 in their game. And Mario got a great assist.
Oh, gracious. Gosh. And JR, you and I were talking about Mario's size, especially against some of the smaller Finnish defensemen like Timonen, like Teppo Numminen. We talked about his reach. I think it was Tony Lidman that stepped up on him to try to intercept that pass. It was all reach to start that play in the neutral zone.
I'll tell you what Mario brings that people don't see is his touch. He has, for a big man, he has tremendous touch. His hands are great. He makes deft passes. When you don't think the puck can get there, he finds a way to get it there. Underneath sticks, lofted little saucers over. This guy, he can find anybody from anywhere on the rink. He's just incredible. He's incredible to watch.
Said to Mario at the start of the game, the question about whether this in his 16 NHL seasons done would be his last game remains an issue. He wants to play a couple more years, but the lockout that'll be announced tomorrow in New York, if it goes for a long time, this could be Mario Lemieux's last game, and he acknowledged that when we talked with him on the bench tonight. Regier off on the near side, played it up the wall, intended for Draper, got cut short, dumped back in. Doan shot wide. Right off the wall. Doan had the opportunity as Thornton dumped that one in. Back with speed. Koivu left it down low. Teemu Selanne. This is their big scoring line with Selanne and Koivu together.
What a back check by Joe Thornton of the Boston Bruins. That was on the tape of Selanne except for the reach of Thornton.
Lettinen, Koivu, and Selanne on their line have scored 12 points. They are the leading line for Finland so far in World Cup action. And we are in the World Cup final. Cleared around the boards by Timonen. Timonen, number 4, leads all defensemen in scoring. There he handles the puck. He's been magnificent. Shot on, got blocked up into the screen. Hagman with the opportunity.
And it's so important for Team Canada to back check because as we just saw on one play, Timonen jumped up on it. This was the play earlier with Selanne at the bottom of your screen. He was, I mean, that was right there. Koivu had him tape to tape except for Joe Thornton's back check. Such an underrated part of the game. You don't get any publicity for it. You seldom get paid for it. You just win hockey games because of it.
And a great job done there. Team Canada, their coach, Pat Quinn, saying this morning he knew the physical play and the speed of Finland would be the two things they'd have to get to first, and one of the ways to get to it was scoring early. They have done that. They hope that will force Finland to open it up a little bit and skate more their kind of game.
But if any team's going to stick to the game plan, I think it's Finland. I mean, I know you want to open a team up, but this is like a machine that's full of emotion, but they cloak their emotion. They seldom change the way they play regardless of the score.
Bob, I'm telling you what, they can't change their game because they're going to have a team like Canada that's just going to keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. This game is so important to the people of Canada. It's almost like the Super Bowl. All around town, they have the film festival in here. Nobody cares about the film festival. This is Canada Cup hockey, boys and girls. This is everything in Canada. These people are excited.
Baltimore Orioles were sitting around the lobby of our hotel today, and I saw Rafael Palmeiro. That one wide. I said, Rafi, aren't you going to play tonight? He says, you kidding? You got a hockey game here tonight. We're going to have to sit and watch and wait for tomorrow. That's what it's like here. Cleared back over to Brodeur. Brodeur foot out there defensively. Adam Foote, who's been his usual spectacular play. Great pass shot. That got blocked into the corner. What a play by Aki Berg. The net comes off on the driving chance, and a good chance for Martin St. Louis.
And he got the puck first. Excellent defensive play. But this is unlike Finland. If Canada is finding seams for passes like this right away, it does not augur well for Team Finland. Super long pass by Brad Richards that found St. Louis. But look at the defensive play by Aki Berg. He got a knock in the helmet for his effort, but he got the puck first, and that's why there was no call. If you miss the puck and get the legs, you're gone.
Kiprusoff has seen enough of these guys. St. Louis and Brad Richards scored 4 goals each against Kiprusoff in the Stanley Cup Finals just 99 days ago. And now they are out there together on the same line. They played for Tampa Bay, of course, in winning the Cup in June. Held on to into the corner by Ruutu. Left it. And down low, got bumped on the shot. Jokinen had the opportunity, but he never got it on net. It was played back. Teppo Numminen. Numminen leaves it into the middle. Ruutu. Ruutu trying to dump it ahead. Sakic got a piece of that. Sakic, Lemieux back out with Iginla on their line. Kiprusoff held it up. Iginla tried to knock it down. Iginla did and got it back. 1-0. Team Canada leading in. Shot. That one blocked into the corner by Timonen. Timonen puts the hit on. Another charge made by Joe Sakic. 16th all-time in NHL points. Sakic out there 91, hitting to the front of the net. Iginla looking for him. Iginla to Lemieux. Lemieux working in the corner. This team controlling the puck. Back on top. Iginla trying to go through. Picked back up by Sakic. Lemieux cutting. Lemieux! Saved by Kiprusoff. And Lemieux got that shot off with a stick in his jersey up his back.
I'll tell you what.
But no load is too heavy or too big for Mario to carry when there's a scoring chance at stake. Look at him come into the net.
I'll tell you what. Mario Lemieux is one of the best in the world, but I don't care how good you are, to make a play like that with a guy like Teppo Numminen on your back, with a stick in your shirt, making a baseball bat swing with the puck coming from behind you and almost scoring. Are you kidding?
His jersey's now too big to wear. He had it stretched about 3 sizes on that one. Drop back to Regier. Off the near side, Draper as they clear the zone. Dumped in a little wide. Thornton giving chase behind the net. Vananen. Ozzy Vananen, outstanding defensive player. Tipped back to center. Not only does Team Canada have the 1-0 lead, territorially they look pretty good.
But you see what they're doing too, Gary. They're dumping the puck in deep. Mario Lemieux did it to start that last shift. Joe Thornton just did it. Look what Canada's doing now.
This is a grind line for Team Canada. Doan left it on the near side. Draper's back there with Thornton behind the net. Thornton looking in front. Thornton trying to muscle it. Tremendous size. Thornton of the Boston Bruins. controlling the puck, just cannot get it away from him. Salo up the near side. Koivu couldn't move it to Solani. Dumped back into the middle. Salo lost it. Thornton a pickup. Leaves it down low. Doan looking. Shot. Save made. Kiprusoff. Rebound off Kiprusoff's stick. And twice he had to knock it away. Ping pong game. Brodeur leaves it in the corner. And right now Finland needs to get it out of there. They need a line change. Team Canada's changing up behind the play. Shot. Save. Hit. Bounced away. Brodeur had the chance. Vinny Lecavalier cutting in, almost got it. Far side Lehtinen out of legs.
And Kiprusoff, the way Canada's driving the net, it better not leave any rebounds out in front like that.
4-3 the shots in favor of Team Canada right now. Brodeur to knock that shot away from Hahl on the point. Sent back up on top. Riku Hahl winding up that one. Brodeur score! Deflected. Tony Lindman out of the blue line. It bounced off someone and went in. And it's tied at 1.
What a break for Finland. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. And not a pretty goal, but all they do is just get the puck to the net. That's what they stress in the National Hockey League these days, because you never know. It's going to go off a stick, go off a foot, but just get it on the net. Let some guys go to the net, create a little screen. And Marty, he always struck. Oh, what a great tip. We didn't even see that from up here. That's what happens. You get guys going to net, get the puck on net, and what a good relief for the Finnish to be in this game now, 1-1.
Said it when they played Team USA. I'll say it again. You will not break the spirit or the will of Team Finland, regardless of how you play them.
They stayed with it and they got it. They've had a couple of chances by dumping it from the blue line. Here's another, and Brodeur, that would deflect up and over on a Teppo Newman and hard blast. And this game is tied at 1. That is an enormous goal to get in the first 10 minutes of this period after Team Canada scored in the first minute of this game. Taken behind the net, Simon Gagne dropped it off into the corner. Gagne out there, Brad Richards, St. Louis, held in off the far side by Hagman. Hagman got it out of there. Hagman back into this lineup, and Billy Nieminen, a real disturber on the ice, is not playing in this game. Aki Berg went back to get it. And in Finland, you may have heard a roar wherever you're sitting watching this game from Finland. Lemieux centered it. Again, oh! It was a deflected shot into the glove of Kiprusoff. And again, a great setup by Mario Lemieux. We are tied at 1-1, the final of the World Cup of Hockey. Canada the favorite, their brain trust with Gretzky on the goal.
Wayne Gretzky on the right in shirt sleeves is the architect of Team Canada. And there's not much of a chance to really let off steam or let your emotions out. This was Saturday night when Canada took a 3-2 lead against the Czech Republic, only to see it vanish later. The ups and downs of a man that constructed a team. The final emotion was positive on Saturday, and that's why Team Canada is here tonight.
Thornton wins the draw along the near side, intended for Doan. The goal has been credited to Eloranta from Lidman and Berg, but Eloranta was not the man who touched it. Here's Solani trying to move it in. The goal coming at 6:34 to tie it up. Team Finland doing battle down low, and this is where they can get real tough. Cleared around the boards off the far side by Scott Niedermayer. Not out of the by Regier, though. Regier has actually taken a couple of hits instead of just giving them. Bounces into the corner.
I think this is a good matchup that Canada wanted. They want some physical players against this very, very high talented line of Koivu and Solani. I'll tell you what, Shane Doan is going to really throw the body around a lot to frustrate the Solani and Koivu and not let them have any time.
Well, this is the way Team Canada started, too. This is a matchup it looks like Pat Quinn wants, with Joe Thornton in the middle, with Doan and Draper on either side against the Koivu-Solani unit.
Sakic on the tic-tac. Got it again with a shot. That got deflected up and into the netting as Tuomo Ruutu blocked it. Want to remind you, tomorrow the Hunt for October continues, a special ESPN day game. Rodriguez, Jeter, and the Yankees take on the Kansas City Royals. It'll start tomorrow at 2 Eastern. ESPN will have it.
Pat Quinn's team is the home team. Why? Because of a coin toss. They had to decide who was going to be home. Why is that important? Well, it worked against Canada because they had to wear their dark reds, which is home version in the NHL. They wanted to wear their whites, but they get last change. And if they plan on matching, that can be important in this game.
See that checking game going on by Finland to free the puck up. Sakic came back to help out, though. It'll be moved back through the middle by Brewer. Nowhere to go, and there you see Finland If they cannot send 2 forecheckers in and do it that way, they will drop back into a 1-2-2 or a 2-3 to muck it up.
But they'll press you too.
Yeah.
It's not a passive retreat 2-3. The front 2 guys are on the chase. They're buzzing you all the time.
Ruutu Hahl had it poke checked away from him. LeCavalier on the far side lost it. Team Canada gets it back. Good check by LeCavalier. Again, Lowe's getting held over there by Ruutu as they both try and head to the bench. That one comes around the boards and out of the zone. It will be whistled. Jerome Iginla, the high-flying first line for Team Canada.
Jerome Iginla, just the ultimate true professional. Probably one of the nicest guys, I think, in the National Hockey League. You see him, he's always got a smile, always got a hello for you and a good handshake. And this kid can put the puck in the net, and he'll fight anybody in the league. That's how tough this kid is.
But the way Mario Lemieux has started, I think Jerome Iginla needs to focus on one thing. Put your nose down and drive the paint. It will get there.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Yeah.
Mario will find us up here in the booth if we yell loud enough.
Just yell. Tony Lidman able to hold that in. Team Canada having some problems moving out of the zone. Ryan Smith got it into the middle. Aki Berg stood it up. Smith got it back, sends it in. Bumping and grinding going on away from the play. We've not had a penalty here in the first period. Game is tied at 1 apiece. The shots are even at 5-5, and that's pretty much the way it's been played. Vinny LeCavalier, second in the scoring in this World Cup action. He's been magnificent with 2 game-winning goals, including the overtime game winner that brought them into the finals. Line changes into the middle, roll through. Kiprusoff had to knock it away. Martin St. Louis was cutting through but couldn't get a stick on it. Regier, he'll be beaten to the puck by Huntonen. Huntonen takes the hit from Regier, and I mean a hard one and touched for the icing.
Jerome Iginla can lead the National Hockey League in many categories, including the number of middle names that he has. Full name, Jerome Arthur Lee out of Quinlay Teach Jr. Elvis Iginla. Starting catcher for the 1992 Canadian National Junior team. An incredible all-around athlete. And as you mentioned, JR, one of the nicest humans on this planet Earth.
Brad Richards on the face-off. The 239s went at it right there. Nico Kapanen won that draw. Kapanen, who played for Dallas last year, swings that one away, but not out of the zone. Vananen got it up along the boards. Team Canada will get it back. 1-1 game. We're more than midway through this first period. We will be joined during our first intermission by the 2 parties involved in the collective bargaining agreements. The men who have been at the table, Ted Saskin and Bill Daly, will be on board. And we'll see if we can find anything out. Tomorrow's the day when the contract CBA expires. They've already scheduled a news conference in New York tomorrow afternoon for the announcement of a lockout. That one bumped off the far side boards and cleared. Yuri Lettinen got it out of there. Finland will change it up. Played back to Brodeur. Brodeur, he's looking to see persons off the bench, and the person of Thornton right there sends it in deep. Timonen will come back to get it, touches that one up, and that will be whistled. This is the final of the World Cup of Hockey, 1-1.
Welcome back to Toronto, and these are the good seats. This seat I'm in right now is the single heftiest ticket price you will pay in all of Toronto sports history. $650 to sit here tonight, guys. And by the way, walking in, I talked to a few scalpers. $1,200 to get into the game tonight. This place was sold out 3 weeks ago. People anticipating Canada being in the final. Guys?
Yikes. Brodeur cleared it around the boards. Where'd she come up with that one? That one got knocked away. Teemu Selanne. Selanne moving it in, got tripped up. Adam Foote got a stick in. Thornton clears that one back out to center. In the history of World Cup play, Canada-Finland have met 4 times. Canada has won 3 of those games and 1 tie. Finland trying to do what they've never done before, knock off Canada in a World Cup final. This will be chased down by Timonen, and we'll touch it up for the ice.
This is exactly how Finland wants this game to go right now. They're slowing it up. They're taking the crowd out of it. Now everybody's sitting on their hands, wondering what's going on. A little chess match going on. This plays right into Finland's game. They can make it quiet and hopefully lull the Canadians to sleep.
One of the symptoms to watch for, and there's their head coach, Raimo Suominen. Last 3 minutes, Canada's iced the puck 3 different times. That means that the Finnish team is pressing. That means that Canada has not been able to get the red line when they've wanted to. That means that Finland has torqued it up. That boa constrictor defense that tries to suffocate you and wait for your mistakes.
That'll be cleared in. Lemieux's line back out there with Iginla. Joe Sakic, played by Aki Berg. 5-man units primarily for Finland. Clearly they want Aki Berg out there defensively. Off the near side, it'll be sent back in against his first line for Team Canada, along with Tony Lindman. There is Berg, and he's been out there, plays here in Toronto.
He's the only player in this game that plays for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He got an assist on the goal by Finland. Booed the hell out of him. It ain't about the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. It's about nationalism. It's about Canada, and it's about Finland.
Aki Berg, Toronto fans well acquainted. That one gets bounced back deep off the face-off win by Jokinen. Jokinen, who plays for Florida, got it back to Salo. Salo starts up. Good forechecking. Danny Heatley had moved into the zone that time. Martin Brodeur moves out. Look out. Brodeur didn't play that one well. He had Ruutu coming in on him. Shot back around the near side. Tuomo Ruutu that time got a piece of it. Gary Thornton dumps it back in behind the net. Niedermayer overskated it. Ruutu's got it again. Can't get it out in front, though. Team Canada will finally just clear to take the heat off. And it will be touched up for the icing. And you're right, Bill. It's now Finland doing what they want. Want to remind you tomorrow, the Wednesday night doubleheader, Bank One presents at 8 Eastern. Carlos Beltran, the Astros, an amazing run against Albert Pujols and an amazing Cardinals season. At 10 Eastern, Adrian Beltre, the Dodgers, looking to extend their lead against the Padres tomorrow. Doubleheader, ESPN Baseball.
I know Pat Quinn does not want to shorten his bench just yet, but by the way Mario Lemieux started this game, you got to know if there's any extra ice time to go around. He's the guy that needs it.
Joe Sakic won another face-off for Team Canada. Into the corner, stick again up into a Ginla's jersey that time. Ginla, Sakic over to help him out. Sakic being dragged around by Kapanen. Back up onto the point, down deep, intended for Lemieux. Draper couldn't be held in there. Lemieux now dumps it back in behind the net. Moved away by Kapanen and out of the zone. Team Canada at center. Balmeister reached, didn't get it. And that one deflected wide of the net. Nico Kapanen, who can fly, had a little room in the middle, chose to take the shot deep. Sakic from behind the net will leave it. Balmeister will move it up. 7 minutes to go, first period, game tied. Shots are 6-5 in favor of Canada. Into the corner, it was Koivu. Saku Koivu got through the Hodgkin's disease problem a couple of years ago to come back and play for the Canadians. Now playing here for Finland. Intercept, Lettinen centered. Block, shot, deflected back up to the top. Held back in by Salo. Salo got it deep. Brewer held up by Solani. Lettinen moved in, a hit on foot. Koivu on the far side, and Doan, they do battle along the wall. Off the dasher, Thornton was able to bang it out. Sami Salo came back to get it. Vancouver, where he played last year, put ahead to Doan. They want a line change here, and it'll be shipped in by Thornton to get it.
One thing that the Finns really do so well, and you can watch, is they support each other really well. They're very close to each other, short little passes. The long passes are very low percentage, but they're always right next to each other. The little chip passes, give and goes, it gives them an opportunity to get in and break open for a good shot on net.
Yeah, they don't want to play a one-on-one game. I mean, when you don't support, you leave your teammate to battle it out one-on-one.
They seem to be the best at doing that. There's always someone right next to them, almost within an arm's reach, and they communicate very well, always talking down there.
Finland finished 5th in the World Cup in '96. That was won by the U.S. in an upset of Canada. They were tied for 5th in the Olympics in Salt Lake. Did not take a medal there. Now, Finland gets a chance to wipe all of that slate clean if they can win this final game of the World Cup of Hockey. Something they've never done before. Back into the corner, Berg putting the pressure hold on. Puck freed back up, though. Simon Gagne. Gagne takes the hit. Lidman over there on him. Boy, there's some banging going on now. Down low, Brad Richards. He got taken out of the play. Finland just staying right in Team Canada's jerseys. Almost a breakaway for Elarada, but it'll be whistled on a two-liner. The final, our World Cup of Hockey from Toronto, Finland, Canada, 1-1.
On opposite sides of the international fence here for the final of the World Cup of Hockey, Wayne Gretzky, who is upstairs, and Jari Kurri behind the Finnish bench. But it wasn't that many years back that these two were one of the greatest 1-2 combinations the sport has ever seen. For the Edmonton Oilers, winning Stanley Cup after Stanley Cup, 4 together. Jari Kurri would go on to win a 5th without Wayne Gretzky. That's ancient history to these two guys right now.
They were magnificent. Kevin Lowe played for those Oilers, standing next to Wayne there. He's been involved in the Olympics and World Cup games as Wayne Gretzky has taken him along. Baumeister with it, sends it in off the board. You see how alive these boards are. That's Lemieux going back in behind the net off to Iginla. Iginla leaves it. Lemieux around. Backhander got blocked inside. Iginla. He got enough on to get it in, and Kiprusoff covers it up. So if they count that, that's the first shot they've had in the last 8 minutes.
This is where Bill, you were talking about Lemieux's size and strength and his hands, how soft his hands are. He uses strength.
Watch what he does here.
He uses strength and he uses reach. What a great pass. First of all, now he gets back and he just holds out the defender. Holds off.
See what he did? He flipped it in the air to the front of the net so that nobody could get it with their stick on the ice.
Mario comes up with things to do with the puck that nobody else thinks of. How to get it to the front of the net. How to get it away from a defender. And he's so good at it. He looks like he's been he's been doing it for forever. It's amazing.
And he's still out there right now. Lemieux heading to the front of the net. It's dumped back in behind it where Newman will come back to get it. Teppo Newman had 16 years in the National Hockey League last year with Dallas. Dumped off on the near side boards and whistled on the offside. Let's check in with David and Barry.
All right, 15 minutes in. Barry, your thoughts so far?
Don't panic. It's fine. Canada played them better in the first part of the period. Finns came on later in the period. Bottom line is Finns are a great team. It's going to be a tough game.
All right, we'll have more in the intermission report coming your way as soon as the first period's done at the Air Canada Centre. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And we will have Ted Saskin, Bill Daly, the negotiators at the table for each side, joining us during the first intermission for an update on where they're at. That'll be flipped in off the wall. Heatley trying to get it in, could not. Sent back. Brewer's got it. 4:42 left to go here in the period. Tied at 1-1. 7-5 shots Canada's favor. Heatley got tied up. Dumped back to center after a wide open first 4 or 5 minutes. Finland has shut it down, playing their kind of game. Kiprusoff leaves it back in behind the net. The only two goaltenders with shutouts in this World Cup year are playing in this game, and those went by the boards any opportunity early in this one. Heatley's in, shot, hit the outside of the post. Heatley tried to put it off the back of Kiprusoff, but he missed.
Danny Heatley pressing for one. He has not scored yet in the World Cup. He has done a lot of tough work along the boards, but Danny Heatley has not been able to dent the twine yet.
Icing call. 4:04 left to go in the period. That gives you some idea, Bill, of just how tough it is playing at this level in these games when Heatley isn't scoring.
Well, Danny Heatley is probably one of the best young players in the National Hockey League today.
Well, watch it. Kiprusoff gets a piece of this.
Of course he does.
Heatley scores. I mean, it went off Kiprusoff and off the post.
Of course he does. Kiprusoff seems to get a piece of every shot that comes near him.
They have changed that goal scored by Finland. Riku Hahl scores it, his first of the World Cup at 6:34. Lidman and Berg pick up the assist. So Riku Hahl, the goal scorer. Back in behind the net for Draper. Taking out Thornton. These are the black and blue out there against the top line of Finland now. There's Thornton mugging it. Doan into the middle. Doan got tied up. Back to Regier. Leaves it. Shot. Blocked. Up in the air and out to center. Good play made by Lehtinen, who had the puck and had it stolen.
For the Finns to have great coverage down low and great coverage at the blue line tells you how tenacious they are.
Doan had it, lost it, rolled to center. Riku Hahl had that goal chasing it down. That's going to be whistled. And an interference call coming, our first penalty of the game. And it's going to be on Finland. I don't think anybody knows it yet because nobody's made a move to head over to the box.
Steve Walkham's the man that made the call. He's pointing at somebody.
The boos are for Solani.
Timo Solani and Chris Draper started out in the corner. Got a little jostling match here, and Draper gives him a little face wash right here. And let me tell you something. Timo does not like that at all. He doesn't like the physical stuff that much, but he definitely doesn't like getting face washed. Comes back a little retaliation hit from behind. You're always going to get the retaliation call in hockey.
And he does. Solani out of there. Interference 16:38. Power play opportunity now for Team Canada in this tie game. Team Canada's 4 for 18 on the power play. Brodeur shorthanded, had to knock it away. The Finn penalty killers have given up 4 in 20 chances for the opposition. They are 5th in World Cup play of the 8 teams. Now let's see what Team Canada can do with it. Mario Lemieux will be out there, chased into the corner, and whistle. Icing call.
Yep.
Wow. Good Tony LeCavalier, who has picked up right where he left off in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's been outstanding, second leading scorer among all in the World Cup.
And he really came here with something to prove since he was a late addition. Steve Yzerman could not perform because of his facial injury, his eye injury, so LeCavalier was called upon. And all he did from day one was set out to prove that he should have been here in the first. It's not a critical statement, it's just how deep Canada is. He wanted to prove he belongs here, and he did the first day of camp.
He has done that. Martin St. Louis got caught up on top. St. Louis, Niedermayer plays it to Lemieux. Power play underway, Canada. Attempted pass into the middle, blocked and cleared out of the zone. Again, Riku Hahl, who's having himself a period here. 2:30 left to go in the period. 1:08 left on the power play with this game tied at 1 apiece. Niedermayer, Sakic, let it go to Lemieux into the middle. Can't believe how alone he was. Didn't shoot it. St. Louis working a point on the power play. Lemieux, the half boards, taken out of the play and cleared. Good work that time on Lemieux by Newman.
Great play by Newman, and that shows a veteran guy right there who knows that you cannot give Mario time on that side boards because he's going to pick everybody apart and find the open guy.
Andy Heatley put a hit on the far side. That one bounces off Richards, though. 38 seconds left to go on the advantage. Lettinen moving up here. Lettinen 26 in white. Brad Richards with it. Richards on the power play unit. Goal and 3 assists in the last 4 games for Brad Richards here in World Cup play. Centering pass blocked, short-handed. Lettinen, they're looking for a little help from behind, but Finland wants to change. Lettinen will get it. Short-handed in the middle, tied up, skated on it, fell down. Cleared back up by Thornton. 13 left on the advantage. Heatley into the zone. Heatley dropped it. Blind pass again. It wasn't there.
Danny Heatley's fighting it now. He dumped the puck out blindly from behind the net that went all the way out of the zone, and he tried to make a pass there. And I could, with our specs mics, we could hear the man that he was trying to pass to yelling, no, 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 no.
No shots on the power play, and it's over. This will be an icing call with 1:15 left to go.
Danny Heatley going to suck it up and get ready for another shift. But we talked about Vincent LeCavalier coming into his own here. This is Saturday night in overtime against the Czech Republic. An impossible angle. Well, just about an impossible angle, but LeCavalier ended it in overtime. And he has been just a key factor offensively for Team Canada. Heatley and Ryan Smith are playing the wings with LeCavalier and aren't getting any publicity at all, but they just do all of the tough work down low.
Back to 5-on-5 hockey. LeCavalier has scored or assisted 4 of Team Canada's 5 game-winning goals. He's had 2 of them. That'll be cleared up as we close in on the 1-minute mark of this first period. Draper touched that one up in the zone.
Billy, do you think if you asked every Finnish guy on that team if it would be tied after the first period, how many of them do you think would say, I hope so? We'd take that right now.
They'd all raise their hands, wouldn't they?
I think every single one of them would pay money to say, let's be tied after the first period. That's exactly where they want to be.
I agree.
These two teams have rarely ever trailed. Finland came in having trailed only 12 minutes, 7 seconds of the entire tournament. Team Canada has never trailed in any game. They have been tied for 112.44, but never behind. And they haven't in this game. They got the first goal. Now it's tied up. Dump back into the corner. Draper going back. Oh, down with Timon in there with him. He gets right back up. Ouch. There they are again, fighting behind the net. Draper hanging with them. Cleared around the near side board. Solani tried to clear it out of there and did. There'll be no icing. Team Canada will come back to get it. Full crowd. Obviously, the house sold out here in Toronto, but Finland has really quieted them. After Team Canada got that first goal, the game has been Finland's. Again was in front. Got pushed by Salo as the pass came. Cleared by Ruutu up and out of the zone. Sakic scored 52 seconds. Lemieux and Brodeur tied at 6:34. Hahl from Lidman and Berg. And that's the way we will finish the first. The shot's 9-7 in favor of Canada. So Finland's done, as JR said, what they wanted to do. They have played Team Canada even. There's the goal by Team Canada. Gretzky celebrating a 1-0 lead, but Hahl would come back at the other end. That one through Brodeur, 1-1 after 1.
Joe Sakic's 4th goal of the World Cup, giving Canada an early 1-0 lead. Riku Hahl responds for Finland. Barry Melrose, David Amber. Through 20 minutes, Barry, Has Finland effectively dictated the style of the game?
Later in the period they did, but that's how Finland plays. They played the exact same way against the United States. Canada could easily have been up 2-0, 3-0 earlier in the game. So Canada knows how they have to play consistently against Finland. You cannot lose your patience against Finland. They're going to plug up the neutral zone. They're going to create turnovers. The good news for Canada is, and I'm hoping for Canada obviously, is that Finland had one goal. It was basically a tip-in goal. They never really had any other chances. So Canada's doing a good job defensively too.
All right, we're going to send things back out to the Air Canada Center. Labor negotiations stalled right now, but Gary Thorne has a special guest to talk about the NHL situation.
All right, David, thanks very much. Ted Saskin has been at the table representing the Players Association. Tomorrow afternoon, there will be a press conference in New York where the league will announce that there is going to be a lockout. Then what from the players' perspective? What happens after tomorrow afternoon?
Well, it goes like this, Gary. We've been waiting to get a negotiation going. Hopefully at some point the league's going to indicate a willingness to compromise from their positions, and we can find some middle ground, somewhere between the salary cap they're insisting on and somewhere between the market as it currently exists. We thought that we went a long way last Thursday towards proposing a compromise, something really in between our respective positions. Luxury taxes, salary rollbacks, changes at the entry level, hundreds of millions of dollars in concessions. We thought that would go a long way to bridge the gap. But unfortunately, to date, the league has not been prepared to move off the cap. So without somebody to negotiate with, we're left in a situation right now where we need to wait for that negotiation to start.
Are there any scheduled meetings right now?
Nothing scheduled right now. It looks like the league is focused on the lockout tomorrow, and that seems to be their focus.
Are you ready as an association to sit out an entire season?
The players are prepared to negotiate as long and as hard it takes to get a fair deal, and if the consequences are that the owners are prepared to lock the players out until there's a cap, it's going to be a lot longer than that, unfortunately.
Ted, I ask you a question I've been asked 1,000 times, and I'm sure you have too. What do you say to the fans, to the vendors, the ushers, the ticket people who are going to be out of work come tomorrow night, and they look at both sides and go, billions of dollars here, transacting hands year after year, and you can't come to an agreement? What is going on?
I know. Look, we feel terrible about that. This is something players, since they've been kids, have been working hard to get into the NHL. There's nothing the players love to do more than play hockey, but they also want a fair deal for both sides, and until that happens, unfortunately, there's a lot of other casualties, and the players feel terribly about it.
Why not a third party, a mediator, to come in and try and help the sides found ground? Why not that?
Well, what seems to be the case right now is the owners are trying to put economic pressure on the players through a lockout to try to get something that they can't get at the negotiating table. That seems to be their strategy. They want this lockout to put economic pressure on players to agree to something they would otherwise never be able to agree to or negotiate. So with that, I don't know that a mediator is going to help the sides.
Do you think the league wants to try and break the union?
It looks that way. If they stick to their demand for a salary cap, that looks to be what they're trying to do. It's what the baseball owners tried to do back in '94, '95. We think it's an ill-advised strategy. We think it's going to be a big mistake. It's going to be terrible for the sport, terrible for the fans. But again, we are ready to negotiate as soon as there's somebody to negotiate with.
All right. Ted Saskin, who represents the players at the table, thank you very much. I know with tomorrow coming up, we appreciate you doing it tonight. We're going to get the other side on here as well.
Sure. Thanks, Gary.
All right, Ted Saskin, who represents the Players Association, and we're going to talk to Bill Daly as well. If we can get Bill Daly in here right now, we will do that. And get, oh, you're already here. Oh, my God, you scared the heck out of me there. I didn't even see you move in. All right, well, if I'd have known we had both of you together, I just would have moved back and said, go at it, guys. All right, I'm going to ask you some of the same questions. Tomorrow, a lockout's going to be announced. What is the purpose of this from the league's perspective?
Again, we've been living with an agreement that hasn't worked for this league for a long time now. We've lost in excess of $1.7 billion over the 10 years of this collective bargaining agreement. We need a system that's going to work long-term for this sport, and that's going to work for all 30 franchises and make them healthy and competitive where they are.
Are you trying to break the union?
No, we're not trying to break the union at all.
If this thing goes to impasse, if you bargain and you can't come to an agreement, if you stick to the cap and the players continue to say there's not going to be a salary cap as such, are you ready to try and shut this league down and start all over again, like maybe even eliminating teams and just doing this from scratch?
Not something we're focused on, Gary. We're focused on negotiating a fair deal with the Players Association. The unilateral implementation after impasse is not something that we've given any consideration to.
Is this thing going to go for a year?
I hope not. I mean, we want to move the process forward, and we want to miss as few games as possible. But again, we need to have a negotiating partner on the other side of the table. I understand that's their position as well. Right now, we're not seeing a common ground.
Is there going to be a date set here? I mean, are we just going to stand and look at each other, you two, for a while before we do anything?
Well, there's not going to be any date. Again, we're going to continue a process. It's a process. And unfortunately, it's a process that's going into a period of time we didn't want it to go into. But we are prepared to do what's necessary to make sure that we get a deal that's going to work long-term for this league. And whatever that entails, our owners are prepared to do that.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Ted. What do you say to the workers who are going to be out of work come tomorrow night, to the fans who watch and go, how can this be happening?
We're sorry for that. We are sorry for that, but we commit to them that we're going to make that up to them because this game is good. It's a great game, and it's going to survive for a long time, but it's got to survive with the economic system that works for the players and for the owners and, most importantly, for the fans.
I keep hearing, and I don't know where this comes from, Bill, but from players in particular, middle of December, we'll have a deal done, and we'll start playing middle of January. I mean, I don't know where that comes from or what that is about. What is that?
I don't know. I'm not sure you're asking the right person, but you know, again, we don't have any dates in mind. We're prepared to negotiate tomorrow if that's what it takes to get a deal done. There's no right time to get a deal done. I would have hoped that over the last 5 years we would have been able to work through our issues and make sure that we weren't missing any hockey. For whatever reason, that didn't happen, and we find ourselves where we find ourselves, and we need to negotiate a fair deal. I hope that can be soon.
All right, and so do the rest of us. Thanks very much for coming on, and I hope the talks begin about 8:10.
Thanks, Gary.
All right, Bill Daly, Ted Saskin, we appreciate both of them doing this. The announcement will come from New York tomorrow about the lockout, and then it will be on to something, and nobody right now, David, knows what that is.
All right, thank you, Gary. How do they find some common ground, Barry?
Well, first off, Gary Thorne can never play hockey with peripheral vision like that. The second thing, I don't think there is common ground. I think the owners are going to try and break the union. I think it's been planned for a long time with the lack of negotiations, serious negotiations on both sides. That's why I'm wearing black tonight. I'm going to a funeral. I think this is terrible for our game. I think it's crazy. I think the person that loves hockey is going to be the one that hurt the most, and that is very, very tough. We're going to lose fans over this because they'll find a way and a place to spend their money, not at hockey games.
It's a dire situation. Remember in 94-95, a lockout, 103 days without hockey. They barely salvaged the season then. We'll see if they're able to salvage the season this time around. Bill Daly, Ted Saskin, finding some common ground. We'll have more coming up next.
ESPN's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. And ESPN 25, the book, available now.
Air Canada Centre, welcome back, everybody, to Toronto. This is the final of the World Cup of Hockey. Finland taking on Canada. And there's Joe Sakic.
Well, Mario Lemieux and Jerome McGinley play on the line with Joe Sakic. It's easy to, well, I shouldn't say it's easy to forget about Joe Sakic, but it's kind of, oh, by the way, Joe Sakic is on this line too. He will retire as one of the 10 greatest players ever to play this sport, and I truly believe he belongs in that category.
I don't think there's a goal scorer out there with a quicker release, a more accurate release, and probably one of the best breakaway guys in the National Hockey League.
He has scored 3 goals, 2 assists, and a +3 for Joe Sakic, second only to Vinny Lecavalier and Team Canada in points. Coming into this game tonight, underway in the second period. Bounce back into the corner. Shane Doan giving chase. Doan looking. Team Canada in their offensive zone here. They are in red. Finland in their blue and white. Shots 9-7 in the first in favor of Canada. Sent back for Gear and behind the net. Tried to bounce it away. Played by Doan. Lettman moved in on him. Sent through center. Koivu couldn't get it. Thornton does. Thornton trying to move into the middle. Can't get there. It's stood up by Salo. Salo, good play. Throw that puck back in behind the net. Sakic from Lemieux and Brewer at 52 seconds. Riku Hahl tied it from Lidman and Berg at 6:34. Scoring in that first. Sweat back in by Lettman and a foot coming back to get it. Sakic, Lemieux, and Iginla back out. Iginla tried to reach it, couldn't get it. Laid him behind the net. As they try and set it out in front, Ruutu got tied up. And taken down. Bounced off the side of the net. Brodeur reached for it, couldn't get it. Great play by Ruutu and behind the net to keep things alive. Got help near side. Berg sends it back. Ruutu again is pinned up back there. Ruutu, number 15, has got the puck. Boy, is he working on this ship. At the point, sent back in by Berg. And right now, Team Canada needs an out. Without a stick, it is pushed away along the wall. Adam Foote tried to cover it up, couldn't. In front, shot, just missed wide. And that was Ruutu.
What a great work shift by the Finns, getting it down low. Keep battling, keep battling. They're smaller than those Canadian defensemen, but they stay in there and a great scoring chance with persistence.
Tuomo Ruutu had the opportunity. He had 23 goals, 21 assists for the Chicago Blackhawks this past NHL season. Up the near side hit on Hentonen. Boy, he took a shot. Got it around the boards. Hentonen coming back to get it. Broken stick. Got chipped away and up by Scott Hannon. Hannon couldn't clear it far enough to get it out. Look at the physical play. Hagman. Nicholas Hagman digging in. Number 9 in white. Finally taken away by Brad Richards. Rolled it out the center. Poke checked away from him. Finland had to clear the zone. A free out here, and they get it. Richards looks up the near side. Gagne. Gagne got pinned up. Get put on again. That was you-know-who, Nicholas Hagman.
Of all the games I've seen in the World Cup, this one most resembles an NHL game. And a Game 7.
This is tough, isn't it?
Oh, baby.
I mean, they are hitting out there. Aguirre will touch it up, and that's icy.
And by the way, we have 2 goals up on the scoreboard, 1 for each. A quick start for Team Canada. Lemieux fed Joe Sakic, and Canada was on the board, but the resilient Finns just keep playing. Lidman launched a shot that Riku Hahl deflected. That's what we've got right now. And tons of hitting.
Miikka Kiprusoff doing the job at one end. Martin Brodeur at the other. Both have made tough saves. In that first period, cleared around by Salo. Sami Salo plays for Vancouver. Could not move it out of the zone. Eloranta tried. Doan hog ties him. Played by Koivu. Saku Koivu moved it up. Trying to go rink wide with it. Eloranta, Mikko Eloranta, 4 years in the NHL, and then he went back over to Europe to play in last season for Finland. Eloranta takes the stand-up hit, held in, shot saved by Brodeur. Brodeur to knock that one away on the short side. Eloranta got a backhander off, and that was close. Team Canada's got the odd man. Draper clears it, realizes he's got it, heads to the net. Shot on, score! A bad goal that goes through. Kiprusoff.
You're not going to see this kind of goal on Miikka Kiprusoff very often. A very weak shot from the outside, but a very heads-up play for Niedermayer to put it on the net, knowing that he had 3 guys going to the net. But amazing that Miikka couldn't handle this. You'll not see that very often from him.
And watch how he's moving here, too. He actually took a little shovel step, a little push off his left skate. Wayne Gretzky goes, yeah, baby, not the prettiest goal I've ever seen, but it may just be the biggest one in the last month.
Niedermayer gets the goal, his first of the World Cup. And it is a 2-1 lead for Team Canada. One of the game's outstanding defensemen, Niedermayer, scoring.
Almost looked like Kiprusoff didn't want to get all the way over to face Niedermayer, thinking that he was going to pass. I mean, he was on such a sharp angle.
Well, I'll tell you what, especially with Niedermayer coming on, he's almost like a 4th defenseman. He jumps up into the play so well. He controls the puck, and he's a great playmaker and a great shooter.
The Norris winner this past season in the National Hockey League as the league's #1 defenseman gives Team Canada the 2nd lead they've had in this game. They are up by a score 2-1. Lettinen bounced it off the near side wall, came back to center. Solani had to clear the zone. Timo Solani brings the puck in, or at least tries. It got picked up. Sakic, he gets it back. Solani looking, he is digging, dumped it. Lettinen on. Brodeur saved, cleared up and out of the zone. Martin Brodeur struggling a bit. Brodeur with that wrist that is hurt on the gloved hand. He missed practice for a couple of days, came back in yesterday, tried it, and then back this morning, said, I'm all right, I'm ready to go in net.
I wouldn't expect to see him handle the puck very much, because that's the lower hand. That's the one that's going to be the tough one down lower on the stick.
I think you can tell the scouting report on Martin Brodeur is keep everything low, throw everything through the crease. The Finland team has really come out this game and thrown it at his feet, made sure they got the puck to the paint, because Marty doesn't like to move and get down that much, so they try to keep it near his feet as much as possible.
The goal scored by Niedermayer at 3:15. Draper and Thornton are credited with the assist. Icing call here.
And this is kind of a bonus goal, I think, for Team Canada, because there's the checking line with Draper and with Doan and with Thornton out there that were up against Koivu.
Well,
Niedermayer made it happen by jumping up.
Whenever you can get a goal out of your checking line, whenever you can get a goal from your checking line, whether it's your third line or fourth line, it's always a bonus because you know you're going to get the points from Mario Lemieux, the Joe Sakic, the Jerome McGinley's. But when you get it from the Shane Doans and the Drapers and the Niedermayers stepping up that are playing on that line, it's just a big boost for your hockey club.
I think Shane Doan actually scoped out where the refs were before he grabbed that handful of jersey.
Got him down pretty good and got away with it, Shane Doan did.
As long as you know where the eyes are, you can do that sometimes.
Richards won the faceoff, gets it back. Martin St. Louis, his teammate, the intended, but it deflects up and into the netting for a whistle. So it's 2-1 Canadian lead here.
This is not what the Finns wanted to come out in this game in the second period here, is to fall behind, get this crowd back into it, because now they're going to start feeling good about themselves again. They're going to start clapping, they're going to start cheering soon, and I think the Canadians are going to feel it, and they're going to start keep coming at them.
Nobody said it was going to be easy.
No, nobody, and it isn't out there in this game. But JR's right, Miikka Kiprusoff, you won't see many of those. Kiprusoff and Brodeur came into this the number 1 and 2 goaltenders numbers-wise in World Cup play, and really no surprise there. Back in behind the net, Vananen. Vananen gets tied up, takes a beating on the far side. Vinny Lecavalier working the body on him. Lecavalier takes Vananen down as the puck comes all the way near side. Salo will just lift that one up to get it out of the zone. Almister played it ahead. Again, cleared by Vananen. Eloranta will dump that one in off the near side. Team Canada comes back. Right now, Team Finland out shooting Canada. 11-10 in the game. Down on the ice went Ryan Smith. That freed it up. Ruutu trying to drop it. Eloranta trying to send it into the middle. Vinny Lecavalier blocked it ahead for Heatley. Lecavalier trying to leave the ice off Kiprusoff's glove and played by Aki Berg. Quickly trying to catch Team Canada in a change. They wave it off. Brodeur lets it go. Bregire wasn't expecting that. He started skating backwards. Held in for that reason. Shot comes off the near side wall. Loose along the boards. Second chance. Ruutu had it, lost it. Eloranta hit, couldn't get to it. Berg a check, but Richards cleared. Brad Richards got it out of there. Pretty good battle. He and Berg going at it. Back the other way, it'll be dumped in. Jaakko Ruutu from Vancouver centers it 2-on-1 shot. Brodeur made the save on Jere Lehtinen. Big save and a 2-on-1 down low. Martin St. Louis sends it in. Far side, Gagne. Save made by Kiprusoff. A denied goal by Martin Brodeur. A look at it when we come back.
Big save by Martin Brodeur of Team Canada. A little bit of time and space for the Finns. JR keeps bringing up a good point, though. Brodeur is not down on the butterfly. He's the stand-up.
This is why teams say to throw it at Marty's feet, because he doesn't want to go down that butterfly. I'd say 95% of the goaltenders are going to go down on their knees when that shot comes. But he stands up and just tries to get a piece of it. And I don't know if it's his old age or why he doesn't want to go down like that, or he's just tired, or that's his style. But I'll tell you what, whatever he's doing it right.
32 years old, huh? Old. Holy moly.
He's played a lot of games. He's worn.
Kiprusoff made the save on the dump in from that far side point as it was taken on the defensive chance that time by Eric Brewer. Cleared back out of the zone. Brewer has a goal. He got it against the Czech Republic. We've had just the second goal by a Canadian defenseman coming here in this game. That one cleared up. Niedermayer got it, of course, to make it 2-1. Chased back. And both teams will come over the boards. Timonen going in behind the net. 6-6 scoring chances in this final of the World Cup of Hockey. Finland and Canada. Canada's Mario Lemieux had it kicked away by Koivu. Clipped back into the zone. And Brewer coming back to get it. That's going to be whistled on the offside. Want to remind you, Saturday ESPN brings you a special primetime college football doubleheader. It'll be the Fighting Irish taking on Michigan State, 7 Eastern. Then at 10, Heisman hopeful Matt Leinart leads USC. They're number 1 against BYU. That's all coming up Saturday, ESPN. Off the face-off, little tic-tac at center. Controlled by Baumeister to the other side. Salo sent Lemieux's pass right back out of the zone. Lemieux broke it up with that long reach. Lemieux got it back in behind the net. Kiprusoff didn't stop that. That almost came out in front. Lemieux centering. Again, trying to line it up. Sakic got it. Sakic dot. Shot deflected wide.
Broken stick for Finland as Salo
Salo without a stick standing in front of his goaltender. Finland will avoid damage there as they're able to move it out of the zone. Finland back in the 3-on-3. That'll be high off the wall near side. Iginla dumped it in center, got away from Berg. Iginla takes the hit. Flying around out there to Ruutu, number 15 in white. Lemieux flipped it away, just got it up away from Lidman, who had to wait to try and clear the zone. Iginla poke checked away by Berg, got it back.
Boy, they play Iginla tight, don't they? That's the Finnish style. They will not back up and let you come at them. They'd rather confront you on your side of the red line.
Two-line pass right there.
As a result, Jerome Iginla's been quiet. Twice on this last shift, he tried to get something going with the puck just outside his blue line, and he was confronted by a Finnish defenseman. Real aggressive, and not changing the way they play against Team Canada.
That's how your puck ends up in your own net, too. You start playing around the puck on your own blue line, turnover, it's going to end up in your net. You better watch out.
Off the draw, it'll be won by Finland. Little set to Hagman, who's been flying around, getting into it with Niedermayer off that faceoff. Bounce back into the zone. Finland putting the heat on. Niedermayer ships it over. Finland backs up the center as soon as that happens. That's what they want to do, knock the pass away. Richards ended up with the puck going in on net. Centered St. Louis. Richards shot, save. Kiprusoff, not a lot on it. Regier, the defenseman, stepped up. It got batted off the wall. Regier quickly recovers. Gets back. Hagman. Niedermayer dropped it in the middle. Hagman will be a trailer here as he goes in behind the net. Regier got there first. Good play. Regier has been tough. Hagman tried to kick that one out in front. Couldn't get it there. Canada controlling. Brodeur dumped it back into the middle. St. Louis. Richards out there in this line. Into the middle. Hagman again. Hagman looking. Shot. Brodeur. Where it went. He looked to his left and went down to the 5-hole, and he made a save on it. Good play by Martin Brodeur off that deflection on the way in.
Exactly how Finland wants to play, though. We've talked about their aggressive play in the neutral zone, their great positioning. Their head coach, Raimo Suominen, I think, has done a tremendous job. Yeah, he's gotten his guys to hate him, but he's gotten them to play for him. Here was Brewer trying to get a play into the middle. They just ended up going to a Finnish stick. Aki Bird started the transition. And I know this was a deflected shot from just inside the blue line. But this is what happened when your passes, what happens when your passes misfire in the neutral zone against a team that is as well positioned and as skilled as Finland.
Le Cavalier won the draw against Riku Hahl. 2-1 lead, Team Canada. 10:53 to go. We're in period number 2. Could be an icing. No, good play. Ryan Smith got back, had to avoid the whistle. Centered, it comes all the way back to the point. Ballmeister will dump it back in behind the net. Le Cavalier using the backside to set that one up. Came to Eloranta. Eloranta tried to clear. It does finally roll out the center. Riku Hahl was there, lost it. Finland back in their own end. Heatley put the pressure on, and a good check that ends up forcing the puck into the seats.
It's amazing to me watching Finland how they've evolved from being a real passive team, a real great skating team, to now being a physical team. And I think it's because of this guy right here. He is stressing to the guys, we need to play a North American game. If we're going to beat Canada, we got to beat them at their own game, playing strong, playing physical. And I think they're doing a good job of it tonight.
Raimo Suominen, of course, knows international hockey, also knows North American hockey. He played with both Kevin Lowe on the left and Wayne Gretzky on the right in 1984 with the Oilers when they won a Stanley Cup.
Played in both Edmonton and Vancouver, 83 through the 98 season. Back into the corner, Doan got it away to Thornton, centering pass, ricochets around in the middle, but never ended up on net. Good setup made by Thornton, who sends it back again to the far side. Draper, Doan, Thornton with it, looking, nobody out in front. Thornton wraparound chance. Kiprusoff reached out, broken stick, goes flying to the near side. That belonged to Team Canada's Doan. He was headed to the bench. Team Canada covers it well. That's whistled on the offside. Team Canada leading it, second period, 2-1.
Well, Martin Brodeur says he has his Stanley Cup rings and all his trophies in a case at home, but it's the gold medal from the Winter Olympics in 2002 that everybody wants to touch, everybody wants to look at. He says that was the turning point in his career. It really opened a lot of people's eyes that people said, you know what, he did this without the Devils. And guys, you got to think that's what winning a World Cup would do for him as well.
It is such a big deal here. It is so hard to impress on fans in the United States what this game means. It is the Game 7. of a Stanley Cup playoff. I mean, this is what this is like. As JR said, it is the Super Bowl. Folks in Canada, it's the only thing being talked about.
Yeah, it's like a Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals or an Olympic gold game.
Lemieux drops it. Iginla backhanded it into the corner. Lemieux on the intercept, looking. Iginla cutting. Ooh, just missed. Stick on the ice. Tony Littman blocked that, or Iginla would have had an empty net. Held in on the far side. Jokinen finally able to clear it out. And Jokinen dumps it off the wall for Ruutu. Ruutu pinned up immediately by Regier. Regier with that strong physical play got it away to Lemieux to Iginla. Lemieux trailing in the middle. Iginla pushes to the corner. He gets stood up by Timonen. Timonen has had an outstanding World Cup.
Well, I got to tell you something. Jerome Iginla's stronger than that. When Kimmo Timonen is able to overpower Jerome Iginla, something's wrong.
Right back in by Timonen. Iginla going back to the bench.
And he just overpowered him and took the puck away from him.
Just don't see that. Timonen, of course, playing in Nashville last season. That'll be touched up on the icing call.
Well, the forerunner to the World Cup of Hockey was, in fact, the Canada Cup. We will flash back to 1987. Canada against Russia. And Mario Lemieux, who had already established himself in the National Hockey League as an impact player, took another step in his development and helped Canada win it all in 1987.
Now trying to win it here. Turnaround shot. Save made by Kiprusoff on St. Louis.
What a save.
Flashing that right pad, Kiprusoff, who set an all-time modern-day mark this past regular season with a 169 goals against. He was magnificent in Calgary and stayed that way in the playoffs. One game shy of a cup.
But like I said, the guy has ice in his veins. He just doesn't seem like anything flusters him. That puck went in earlier in the period, and he just stood there and said, that's all right. I'm not going to let another one go by. And it seems like he's got his confidence back right here because he just made this really tough shot look very easy.
Oh, man.
God, is that quick.
I was talking to him while he was stretching in the locker room before the game against the U.S. a few days ago, and he was simply sitting there in a complete splits position. I mean, his flexibility is incredible.
Does that on the ice in the pregame warm-up. Over one side. Salo put the hit on. Doan's in front. Trying to get it to him. Draper. Chris Draper from Detroit. Whistle. Penalty called down low.
Interference on Shane Doan. When you go to the net, you have to leave the defending player alone. He gives him a little shot to the back of the leg. And this was called by the outside line official. He has a whole view of the whole inside of the zone. And maybe the other guy was a little blocked out, but hey, good call. You cannot touch a defender in front of the net. You got to let him be here.
It's almost as if Shane Doan was due. Remember that handful of jersey that we saw about 10 minutes ago? He got away with that one, but not this one.
The call goes as a trip. 12:05. First penalty against Team Canada. Only the second penalty that we have had in this game. So now Finland with a chance to get it tied up on a power play. They're 5 for 22, second best in World Cup play this year on the power play. Team Canada, though, is second best on the penalty kill. 1 for 15 against Team Canada shorthanded. That one is going to be cleared out of the zone. Iginla hanging a great shorthanded scorer, Jerome Iginla. Move back into the zone. Great to have you with us. Our Toyota World Cup of Hockey, ESPN2. This is the final. Canada's got the lead 2-1 second period, but a power play here. Ruutu in the corner gets tied up. Jokinen over there was waiting. Puck never got to him. Team Canada gets a free out right here. Adam Foote on the fly. And to the red line and in. Good job by Foote to get it down low. Brad Richards followed it up by being there. Down to 1:10 left to go on the power play for Finland. Move back out. Jokinen, 26 goals last year in Florida. Sent it in. Martin Brodeur missed it. Amos Solani comes up the wall to get it. Bounced away to the point. Hammond unable to hold it in. Yuri Lettinen into the corner. He gets tied up by Niedermayer. Regier moves in to help out. Amos Solani digging it out. Still a power play Finland. Solani, get that stick out of my face. Poke checked away. Good play Niedermayer from behind. Short-handed. Into the zone and open. It get deflected way up off the glass. Simon Gagne. Gagne short-handed chance. 35 to go on the power play. Koivu. Saku Koivu will come back to get it. Koivu hog-tied at center. The return to him. Adam Foote's in front of him. Cuts him off. Down goes Koivu.
Does Adam Foote know how to separate people from the puck or what?
Salo had stepped way up so he couldn't hold that puck in. Solani's trying to clear the zone. Didn't. foot went by and gave a little hit to the head of Saku Koivu. 12 in the power play for Finland. Still short-handed Draper. Salo the hit. Ouch.
How'd that feel?
Touch in two and took a piece of the equipment off as well. 2 seconds left on the power play. Finland shot deflected by Brodeur off the left pad. Turn around. Save Brodeur. Rebound. Oh. Brodeur just had the stick down on the ice. And that was Hagman. They do not score in the power play. They do not get a shot on it. Power play over, and Canada has protected their 2-1 lead.
Well, last season, when the NHL playoffs began, very few casual hockey fans had ever even heard of Miikka Kiprusoff. By the time the playoffs had ended, he was a household name in Canada and in most hockey markets in the U.S. because the Calgary Flames rode his shoulders all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, all the way to a Game 7, before giving way to the champion Tampa Bay Lightning.
And most importantly, that team, Calgary, they played as a team probably better than any team in the playoffs last year. And why? Because they have a lot of respect and a lot of confidence in Kiprusoff. You need a good goaltender in the playoffs to win, but you need one even better to get your team united and feeling good about themselves. And he did that for them last year.
He's done that for Finland, too.
Yeah. He went 15 and 11 in the playoff year, had a 1.85 goals against and a 9.28 save percentage during the Stanley Cup playoffs last season. That'll be dumped in. A 2-1 lead for Team Canada. Finland in their white and blue in the zone. St. Louis avoided the hit. Hagman. Hagman has been all over the place. Dump back St. Louis. Clears it up Gagne. Gagne could not get the angle. Good play made by Newman, who cut him off. In front of the net. Now Richards goes behind it now. That's Hagman on him. A lot of room in that high slot area where Scott Hansen is trying to get set up. There goes Richards. No call. Fans wanted one. Lemieux held it in. Gagne centering pass. Again just chipped away by Teppo Numminen and finally cleared out. Hannon will come back to get it. Scott Hannon out of San Jose where he played last season. Dumps it back in behind the net. Ginla giving chase. Knocked away. Numminen. Numminen trying to clear it off the dasher. Right now Finland got caught here in the line change. They're short a man. Short a man. Regier broke his stick. The blade came off on that shot. Kiprusoff makes a save and a rebound chance. Great play out in front. Joe Sakic the opportunity. What a flurry that was. Brodeur kicked it away. Held back in behind the net now. See if that'll fire him up after that defensive play and get a goal. Salo shot. Skimmed wide from the point again. Just sent back in behind the net. Niedermayer trying to move it. Koivu overskated. Back up to the point. Held in again. Vannanen. Vannanen dumps it back in behind the net. Regier got there. He cleared it around. Salo's got it. His shot deflected. That came through a screen. And Brodeur, I don't think, didn't see it. Into the corner, Jokinen. Team Canada tied into the zone here. Niedermayer trying to clear it up. Not out. Taylor Solani turnaround chance got blocked. In the skates of Niedermayer again into the middle and out.
How about Scott Niedermayer? He's 360ing himself into the ice, and he still has the presence of mind to look for an outlet pass all the way up to the center ice faceoff dot.
Just misconnecting. That'll be cleared out the length of the ice, and a touch-up will be made, icing Tony Lidman back.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake if you're out on the ice against Mario Lemieux, and that's what Finland did. They got caught. There was, see the man way in the background. He's coming off the bench. If not for a busted stick by Robin Regier, Canada would have generated an incredible scoring chance, and they ended up getting one on that rebound, or kind of this rebound chance from Jerome McGinley anyway.
One thing that Mario does so well is he always gets the puck to the net. No matter where he is, he might just swing around and throw it blindly, but he wants everybody to go to the net because if that puck's near it, it has a chance to go in. And he just threw that. Obviously went off a stick, but he tipped it over the net, and they had a good scoring chance. So I'm sure everybody's just conscious of going to net when Mario's on the ice.
Intended for Ryan Smith. That gets jammed in the corner. Berg cleared up. Hannon can't hold it in. Still loose. Hagman reached for it. Cleared back. Hagman's got it. Hagman trying to line up for a shot. Down on the ice behind the play. Ryan Smith of Team Canada just getting up, number 94.
Got hit in the face.
He is hurt and heading to the bench. Kiprusoff holds it up. The Cavalier charge again. Berg. Berg with Heatley on him up the wall for Hagman. Ryan Smith got to the bench where he will get some care as he got hit in the face. Obviously no call of anything here. Played back. Baumeister will touch that one up. And let's check in with David and Barry.
All right, Barry, last couple of minutes in the second period. Your Pat Quinn, how do you shake things up right now?
I don't think you have to shake things up. I think they're playing fine. They're winning the game. They're playing hard. You're going to have to give Finland some chances. They're a great hockey club. So, again, don't panic. Everything's fine, David.
And the all-Melrose team coming up in the second intermission. Guys, back to you.
Pretty good cut.
I'll tell you, this is the second time that Ryan Smith has been hit in the face. Earlier in the first period, you didn't see it, but he got
2 saves, rebound, Kiprusoff. Adam Foote, Doan, and Thornton down low. 2 chances for Team Canada. Into the middle, gets blocked into the corner. Good try by Thornton to center. Doan on to help. Thornton keeps the puck.
No stick for Koivu here.
Thornton a chance, down low again, bounced in behind the net. Brewer has stepped up the defenseman. He's in front of the net. Eric Brewer now moves back to the point. Sent back behind the net, so there was nobody there. Sakic and Niedermayer scoring the goals for Team Canada. Riku Hahl for Finland. Sakic's now got 4 goals here in World Cup play. A 2-1 lead for Team Canada. Minute 59 to go. Kiprusoff knocked it down. Left it Salo. Lemieux read that. He went behind the net the other way. Mario Lemieux reaching in.
A little more ice time for him at the end of the second period, along with Joe Sakic.
Get him out there. Minute 46 left to go in it. Here's Niedermayer behind the net. Colorado was moving in. Cleared back up to the line. McGinley's on the right. Niedermayer the charge. Dumped it in. Kicked away. Sakic left it behind the net. Iginla got tied up again. Iginla was doing battle with Riku Hahl. Lemieux was trying to get in front. They couldn't control the puck. Colorado in the middle. Left it instead for Hahl, and they'll dump. Colorado on the near side, going back for Finland. He was the only one out there in a line change. Iginla knocked away by Berg, who just came out. Niedermayer clears it around. Cleared out. Hahl will play it. Riku Hahl, Tony Lidman rather will play it. Back into the middle. Ruutu trying to move it in along the boards. Gagne couldn't cut him off. 1-1. With a minute left to go, they tied it up. What a move!
Did you see that move on the boards? Did you see him get? Was that Niedermayer that he beat? You can't beat Scott Niedermayer on the boards like that and make him look foolish. What an absolute beautiful, and then to beat Martin Brodeur with a beautiful wrist shot.
He has been one of Finland's, in my mind, 2 best players, 2 best forwards.
Oh
Tuomo,
my
Ruutu,
goodness!
What a goal!
making Canada pay. The other one is Nicholas Hagman, numbers 9 and 15. Oh, baby.
Beautiful
What a shot!
Too, Wayne Gretzky's reaction. The head of Team Canada. This game is now tied at 2-2. Tuomo Ruutu played for Chicago, 23 goals, gets his first of the World Cup. How could he only have 1 goal?
I don't know, but Niedermayer's jock is sitting up here with us right now.
Get rid of it. Adam Foote cleared it ahead, intended for Doan. Lost it. Look out. Yuri Lehtinen guns it in. Game tied at 2-2 as the goal comes on the 19th shot of the game for Team Finland. So for the second time in this game, Finland has come back trailing 1-0. They tied it. 2-1. They've tied it. And probably that's the way we're going to start the third. Jammed ahead. Thornton just got up, found it, kicked it into the zone. 27 seconds left to go in the period.
The one thing that we knew about Finland all along has really been evident in this game. You're never going to run away from them on the scoreboard.
They will not stop.
No.
They play that machine game. The goal at 19 minutes, Ruutu's first of the World Cup. Lidman the only one to get an assist on it, and that's going to be whistled on the offside. So what a finish we are going to have for you.
I think Scott Niedermayer jumped up thinking that Ruutu was going to get bogged down on the one-on-one along the boards. Well, Ruutu made a one-on-two look easy.
I don't see how Ruutu even saw Niedermayer coming. First, he had to jump out of the way from Gagne. Then he had the presence of mind to pull it in and just make Niedermayer look ridiculous there, and then put it puck in the net. What a goal!
He danced, didn't he?
He danced. He strutted. He made him look bad.
So we have finished 2 periods in the final of the World Cup of Hockey. And what a finish we have for you. It's 2-2. Canada leading in shots 21-19. But you will not see a prettier goal than this. Tuomo Ruutu dancing once, dancing twice. Creates a 2-on-1 down low, and bingo! We're tied.
Welcome Welcome to the ESPN studios. Barry, Melrose, and David Amber. I know you're into the soap operas, and we got loads of drama coming your way. We are tied at 2 heading into the third period. If you're Raimo Suominen, if you're Pat Quinn, what are you telling your guys right now?
Finnish coach is bringing his guys down a bit after that goal. They got to be ready for the third and not too high, but they're in a lot of international experience in that dressing room, so that's not a problem. Pat Quinn's doing the opposite. He's picking his guys up a little bit, patting some guys in the back, shaking some, little bit of problem away from Niedermayer and Gagne there. They got beat in that goal, but both these teams are experienced teams. They'll be ready for the third period. It's a one 20-minute game now for all the marbles. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I guess it's safe to say the next goal is a fairly significant one in this tournament. When this tournament began, we had 8 countries. We had 170 of the world's best hockey players, but you've got to be really good to make the Melrose all-tournament team. Barry, who are they?
You got to be different, too. You got to be a complete player. And in goal, this was a really tough one. Martin Brodeur, I think, has been the best goalie, but he missed the game. Miikka Kiprusoff is undefeated so far. He's really turned this program around in Finland. With him in net, they have a chance of beating anyone, and they beat everyone so far in this tournament except Canada. Very solid. We saw him in the playoffs against everybody. Just a fantastic goaltender. Gives his team a chance to win every night. Very durable, too. He plays a ton of minutes and just competes every goal. Nothing bothers him. You saw that goal he gave up against the United States, came right back and we're ready to play the next. On defense, Zidlitsky from the Czech Republic. This guy's just getting better and better. Great player for Nashville. One of the best young defensemen in the game. Niedermayer, Scott Niedermayer. You saw him score a goal. Yeah, he got toasted on the goal right there by Ruutu, but this guy is the heart and soul of a very, very young Canadian defense. Now let's go to the front. Mario Lemieux, this guy has been fantastic. His numbers aren't like they used to be. He's not the leading goal scorer for Canada, but he is a stabilizing force in that dressing room. He settles everybody down. He's playing on the best line. Sakic and him have been the best line tonight. Mario Lemieux is awesome, awesome, awesome. I just hope this is not the last hockey he's ever going to play. Here's a surprise for you. Ryan Smith is my other forward for Canada. He's got 3 goals, second on the Canadian team. Heart and soul guy. Set up Lecavalier on the winning goal in OT against the Czechs. Great, great competitor. Saku Koivu scored the winning goal against the United States team. He's a leader of this team. He's just like Lemieux in that dress, from heart and soul guy. Picks everybody up. Leader in practice, leader off the ice. Talks to the press most of the time. Always says the right thing. Great, great team right there. You'll win a lot of cups with that team.
Those are some great picks, Barry. 13 Finnish players have scored in this tournament. 12 Canadian players. We're looking for a hero, though. The third period will probably bring us a hero. Who's it going to be? Canada, Finland tied at 2 through 40 minutes in Toronto. Third period action just seconds away from Toronto. Canada and Finland tied at 2. Aaron Andrews standing by with one Jerome McGinley.
Jerome, Team Finland tying it up right before the end of the second period. What happened out there?
It was, it looked like a combination of a great move. We didn't get it quite as low as we would have liked on a change. They had a quick regroup, and it was a great move, and also a good little bounce there. And it ends up in our net, but that happens, and it's a tough game. You know, it's going both ways.
You know this netminder for Team Finland better than anyone, Miikka Kiprusoff, your Calgary teammate. What does your team have to do to go and win this thing in the third period?
Well, there's no doubt he's a great goalie, and we have a lot of respect for him. But at the same time, we got to play the same way. We got to create more traffic in front of him, get more pucks around his feet, bang away at them, and find a way to get the winning goal.
Jerome, thanks.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right, guys, let's send it back out to the studio.
All right, Jerome has won gold at the World Juniors, the Olympics, the World Championships. Will he be the one bringing gold to Canada in the third?
I think that line will be. That line's been dangerous every time they stepped on the ice. They've been very, very tough offensively. They give the Finnish defenseman fits down low. I think that'll be the line for Canada. And you got to look at Koivu for the Finns. He's been great.
Well, we got a perfect ending coming your way in Toronto. A 2-2 game, 20 minutes to decide the World Cup of Hockey Championship. Tuomo Ruutu, the 21-year-old, tying this game up. Who's going to take the lead? We'll find out next.
ESPN's presentation of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey is brought to you by the Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. And Samuel Adams. When you're ready for a distinctive brew, Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
Want to remind you, when the new season begins, ESPN2 will be your home for NHL action. Wednesday and Sundays, National Hockey Night, ESPN2 exclusive coverage of 40 regular season games. The only question is, what year? Tomorrow, the lockout will begin. Welcome back, everybody. Tonight, we decide the champion of the Toyota World Cup of Hockey. on ESPN2 as this game is tied at 2 apiece going to the third period. Bill Clement, Jeremy Roenick. Let's get to it. Period 3 coming up.
I'll tell you how I think Finland took that period back from Canada with the body. They out-hit Team Canada. And I think that if Canada wants to win this game, they obviously want to win it. They're at least going to have to match Finland physically. Finland was a tougher, more physical team that period.
Well, I think they surprised everybody by coming out and playing the style of hockey that usually Canada plays. And not only that, but they stayed so patient in that period, and they're just staying with them, and they're taking the crowd out. And because they're taking the crowd out, I think a lot of the Canadian players right now are getting a little frustrated.
Well, we saw Wayne Gretzky on the bench before the game biting his fingernails. Mario Lemieux used the word pressure when we talked with him before the start of the game. You don't hear that from pro athletes very often.
But guess what? Finland is playing what we all feel is the biggest hockey game in the history of their country.
Yep.
And they don't seem like they're playing with any pressure at all, mind you. It may be a little easier playing for this championship here as opposed to in Finland.
All right, we are underway. Third period, tied at 2-2. Finland in the blue and white. Team Canada's in red. Shot. Kiprusoff and Brodeur, the two netminders. Adam Foote stepping up to hold the puck in. Knocked down was Doan. Doan has played a physical game. Doan's open. Doan!
How about that pass by Joe Thornton, Bill? What a little backhand chip by Joe Thornton behind the net. Little soft little chip. Shane Doan has a presence of mind to go to the net hard, and he's rewarded with a great, patient goal. Outweighted Kiprusoff and tuck it in the open net.
One of the keys to this hockey game will end up being, you got to think at this stage, the play of what really is a checking line. Here's Shane Doan going all the way around Kiprusoff. That is the second goal for the Thornton, Draper, Doan line. They have scored 2 while keeping the Koivu, Solani, Lettinen line off the board.
Shane Doan from Phoenix, 20-plus goals, 5 consecutive years, has given Team Canada the lead for the 3rd time. They are up 3-2. Elorant dropped off into the middle. Shot on Brodeur. That got deflected. Mario Lemieux. Lemieux turning it back the other way. Sakic again. Sakic trying to draw it back. And a shot at it blocked by Salo. Salo will tip it away. Letting it way up on the left side. Peltonen over there as well. Back into the middle. Shot of Brodeur. He makes the save. Ruutu again.
How about Finland? How about the resilience of Team Finland? They come back with 2 scoring chances right away. Well, I'll tell you what, their resolve is cast iron. Their will is titanium. Martin Brodeur with a huge save.
Canada scored a goal in the first period at 52 seconds in by Sakic. They have scored a goal 34 seconds into the third period. Shane Doan, his first of World Cup action. Thornton and Foote get the assists. A 3-2 lead for Team Canada. Center shot. Kiprusoff. He's got it underneath the pads and will finally get the whistle on St. Louis' chance.
Am I the only guy here that thinks that Team Canada is going to need another goal to win this thing?
Nope. I agree.
I mean, Finland has not trailed by 2 goals ever in the World Cup of Hockey this year. Team Canada trying so hard to get this second one, or at least the second goal to make it a 2-goal lead. But Finland is just... Watch out for them right now. They're coming back harder than they were playing before they got scored on.
It's the early part of the periods that have hurt them. Bouwmeester save made. Kiprusoff kicked it away. Richards got it back out in front. Shot. Gagne! Off the blocker in the outside of the net. Gagne, Richards, St. Louis. Back onto the point. Bouwmeester waited. Could not get to it. Look out. Hentonen moving it in. Leaves it. Back near side. Shot. Missed the net. Martin Brodeur reached out. Couldn't get it. Nico Kapanen was wide open for that shot, and he didn't get it on net.
I'll tell you, Canada just dodged a bullet right there. A great passing play. If he gets all of that, that's in the back of the net.
Kapanen shot it about a foot wide.
There's the problem you run into against a team like Finland when you go for blood. Team Canada desperately wanted to get that 2-goal lead, but when you overplay, you give up chances at your end, and therein lies the problem of having a killer instinct.
Hauled in by Hahl, kicked away. Elorant couldn't hold it in. Back out to center. Donnie Littman waits for him to clear. Littman's played a fine game. Brodeur back to get it. Brodeur, big collision. Elorant, Brodeur, Foote, everybody was back there. Brodeur moves up the near side with it. Brodeur trying to clear the zone. He did not do it. Good play by Koivu to hold it in. Brodeur the other way, Eloranta. Eloranta puts the hit on. Down goes Eloranta on the ice. He and Ryan Smith. Smith got it against the wall. Eloranta broke his blade trying to get it out of there. Smith won't let go of it and will finally get a whistle for a face-off. Eloranta was over there on top of Ryan Smith.
Gagne had a really good chance to give Canada the 2-goal lead, but see all three guys in red inside the face-off dot. That one missed by about 8 inches. But because they were pressing, here came Finland on an odd man rush. Canada was thinking transition and didn't pick up the late guy coming Kapanen, and he just shot wide.
There you see they have not trailed in a game in this World Cup. They are 5-0 in the tournament. Finland has had a 4-0-1 mark. Salo tried to shoot it in, lost it, tried to pin his man up, and the puck came free to Doan. Doan looking wide side. Salo off, moves it out. Salo will bring it up. Intercepted at center again. Pace picking up here in this third period. In, Thornton looking, Thornton centered, and it blocked by Solani. On the back check, Solani, broken stick. Gary Thorne saved Kiprusoff, and he'll cover it up as he lost control of the stick.
There's a perfect example of just getting the puck to the net again. He has a perfect opportunity to get the puck, maybe hit it short, hit it slow, and get it off his pads. He has Shane Doan going hard to the net. Oh, obviously, Shane Doan's going to be there for a rebound. Put it on the net, let the goalie make a save, and have another chance at a rebound. But instead, he gets 2Q. Chance nullified.
3-2 lead, Team Canada. That'll be cleared out of the zone. We are in the third period. This is the final of the World Cup of Hockey 2004. Great to have you with us. With Bill Clement, Jeremy Roenick, Aaron Andrews, I'm Gary Thorne here on ESPN2. Our coverage right through to the final here, and a whiz-bang third period. Great turn, Sakic. Sakic, backhander, save Kiprusoff. He didn't know where it was. He still doesn't, and it's cleared to center. Moved back up by Ruutu, dropped it into the middle. Trying to set it up for Koivu in front. Shot gets blocked off Jokinen's stick. Jokinen near side wall, doing battle with Mario Lemieux. Jokinen able to hold it in.
Kiprusoff didn't really care where the puck was. He just wanted to know where it wasn't.
Yeah,
and that was behind him.
He took a long look, glove floating out there on the ice, being kicked around. You see the third period, Canada's up the ante. Moved back in, Jokinen, and that's going to be whistled on the hand pass.
Excellent chance here by Joe Sakic. Mario Lemieux was playing blocker and jammer, and so was Jerome Iginla. Both Lemieux and Iginla sort of sealed up the front, so Joe Sakic came around just hoping for it to bounce out. Look at number 4, Tiemann, and the little guy against Lemieux. Had him completely tied up.
Done back in by Team Canada off the wall. Berg went over to get it, kicked in by Brad Richards. Lidman takes the hit from Gagne, squirts into Brewer. Brewer in the middle. Brewer takes the shot, had it blocked.
I know what he did there. See, Finland's done such a fabulous job of getting in the shooting lane from the point men. They're trying to make a little fake, take a step to the left or right, and then get it by the legs.
That one's going to be whistled, hit with a high stick. 15-18 to go, third period. Mario Lemieux looking to wrap up this World Cup with yet another championship.
I think he's played more tonight than he has all in the last year and a half.
You're right.
He's played so much that we have hardly seen Vincent Lecavalier this period. Hello, here. Right on cue, Vinny. Attaboy, you can take a cue. But this game, you know, won't end in regulation because Vincent Lecavalier has to score another overtime goal.
Thank you. Face off to the right side to make a Kiprusoff. Lecavalier will move in to take the draw against Jere Lehtinen. Lehtinen, 3-time Selke winner, defensive forward. They'll whistle it, and they will do it again. You talk about 4 solid lines for Canada. Their lines are led by the Lemieux line with 14 points, but Lecavalier line is 13. The checking line with Draper, they've got 12, and 10 for the so-called fourth line with Gagne, Richards, and St. Louis. I mean, that's some tremendous balance for Team Canada scoring here in this 2004 World Cup play.
How can you have the Hart Trophy winner from last season on the fourth line?
Amazing, isn't it? Wow. That one poked away and cleared up ice by Ryan Smith. Into the corner, loose. Smith came right back up ice, kicked away from Danny Heatley to the wall. Finland looking for the third time to come from behind and tie it up. Bouncing puck, Salo reached for it. Niedermayer got it ahead. Lecavalier to Smith. Ryan Smith shot wide to Kiprusoff. He let it go. Koivu Saku Koivu from Montreal on the far side ahead to Eloranta. Stayed on side, but he couldn't handle a puck. Both teams changing on the fly. Koivu get it up, trying to go into the zone. Solani will send it in on the high flip. Niedermayer back to get it behind his own net. Niedermayer teamed up with Brodeur and will start it up ice. JR said he acts like an extra forward. Solani, they got a chance here. Skip through to the boards. Koivu centering. That deflects back near side. Boy, that was close. It got blocked. And Newman's chance never got through. Only one back. Back into the middle. Thornton reached for it. Doan got on side. Team Canada will change.
I think the Canadians are starting to get into a little lull right now. They're starting to play defense more. I think the United States learned that lesson the hard way by sitting back and trying to play defense. Finland kept coming. They ended up tying the game and winning it late. Canada's got to be very, very careful. They don't sit on their laurels. They go after them.
Sitting on your laurels oftentimes can hurt in places you don't like. Third period. Canada's on top of this by a score of 3-2. Doan the go-ahead.
Brad Richards and Vincent Lecavalier, teammates from the Tampa Bay Lightning, but also very good friends. They grew up playing junior together. Brad Richards told me when he was named to Team Canada, there was a little tension in his relationship with Vinny because, as you know, Vinny was left out. Vinny Lecavalier goes to Brad Richards' golf tournament in the summer, and when he leaves, he gets the call from Wayne Gretzky that he will be on Team Canada. As soon as he got off the phone with Gretzky, Vincent called Brad Richards right away to let him know he'd see him at training camp. Guys?
Boy, are they happy, Team Canada, that he's here.
Say, hey, we're buddies again.
Yep, we're okay. This is going to work. 13:34 left to go, third period. Team Canada leading Finland 3-2. This is the final of our World Cup 2004. Roar back in his own end, Team Canada. Mario Lemieux. Lemieux dumped it. Sakic for Iginla off the wall. Iginla reaching. Iginla. Jokinen was on it. Jokinen takes the puck away. Moves it back in behind the net. Iginla's got a stick in on him. Third back up by Aki Berg and out through center. Nobody back there to help out. Sent in the corner. Peltonen was giving chase. Peltonen trying to center. That got blocked. Played around the near side. Lemieux was back there on defense blocking that last chance. Salo cleared it into the middle. Team Canada trying to get a line change done. Brodeur sends it in and takes the hit. The hit from Ruutu.
Finland is trying to get back into this third period exactly how they did in the second period. They are just laying bodies on everybody.
Not missing any opportunity to finish a check. Or in this case, a Canadian. That is sent in offside. Couldn't help it. Saturday, ESPN's got a special doubleheader for you. College football. The Fighting Irish at Notre Dame, Michigan State, 7 o'clock Eastern. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, number 1 USC and BYU, Saturday, ESPN.
On the game now, Finland is out-hitting Canada 28-19. But the biggest hits and the most appropriate hits have come when they wanted to change the momentum back to their side of the ice. And it's worked.
Yeah, it has. Lehtinen won it back in behind the net. Lehtinen, Gary Lehtinen, 26 along the wall. Had it once, got it again. Dumps it back into the corner. There is some banging going on out there right now. Turnaround shot gets blocked on the chance by Jukka Huhtinen. Played off the far side. Look at the hitting going on. Timonen was over there that time. Into the middle. Shot! I think Brodeur got that. Martin Brodeur with an enormous save right there. Point blank range. Centering pass off the wall. Brodeur is going to glove this one and hang on. What an opportunity right there. 2 of them for Team Finland.
You just can't knock Finland off the puck. I mean, Canada tried to lay the body on it to free up some pucks. Their puck movement is so good when they have a chance. Point blanker.
That's vintage European hockey right there. Little give and goes, especially around the net. Give and goes that obviously create such good scoring opportunities in the paint.
Antonin was down low on that last opportunity. Face off one back to the point by Koivu. Again, Martin Brodeur makes the save. Puck loose and cleared. Sakic, Niedermayer, and Doan have picked up the goals. Team Canada. Draper on the intercept, moving it in. Riku, Hahl, and Ruutu have the goals for Finland. Scoring chances even here. Taken away and turned around. Niedermayer holds it in. Niedermayer got it back in behind the net. Thornton couldn't play it. 11:30 left here in the third period. And it was Solani. Solani held up by Doan. Cleared around. Berg got it to Saku Koivu. Koivu. Solani crisscross. In on side. Koivu pinned up right along the blue line. Backed in along the wall. Solani kicks it a little deeper. Regier is there to move it in behind the net. Finland will change up. Regier gets it back. Finland getting the new line back out on the ice. Found a little seam. Iginla save made.
Did that thing have some heat on it? Wow, did he get that away quick? What a great save by Kiprusoff.
Jerome Iginla found a hole. Jokinen a chance. Marty Brodeur holds the short side. Peltonen and the rebound in the corner. Adam Foote tied him up. Foote gets the puck. Clears it around, not out. Teuvo Neumann had dumped it right back. Iginla's on the far side. He's got Sakic in the middle. Iginla. Sakic a trailer. Comes near side instead. Backhanded in by Adam Foote. Trying to get to Sakic. Cleared around and into the middle. Foote. Foote drops it off to Brewer. Team Canada wants a change. He'll send it deep. Brewer back to get it. 28-24. Canada leading in shots and leading on the scoreboard 3-2. We close in on the midway point of this third period. Neumann cleared it out of there. Jere Lehtinen down the charge. Jere Lehtinen into the corner. He got roughed up. Taken down by Scott Hannon. Mister cleared it up to the point, but not out. Shot Berg, and another save made by Brodeur. A great finish. A one-goal game halfway through the third. They have scored on the first shot of every period, Team Canada. There you see the first one. On a great setup, Mario Lemieux getting involved. Riku Hahl came back and then tied it up. Second period,
Miikka Kiprusoff wanted that one back, but he couldn't get it back. Then the Tuomo Ruutu show took over. A beautiful goal, 2-2 coming into the third. Shane Doan, a checker, not tonight.
The fans ready to celebrate here in Toronto, but 9:59 left to go. Sakic, Niedermayer, Doan the goals. Thornton's picked up 2 assists so far. Doan comes over to get this. We saw Timonen have to make a defensive decision there and chose to back up and not move in. Solani tried to kick it into the zone. Couldn't get it through Brewer. Played by Teuvo Neumann. Neumann had it bounced. Draper will send that one into the zone. Kiprusoff coming back to play it. Finland, we continue to mention the biggest game in their hockey history as they try and win their first World Cup. Everybody in Finland up in the early morning hours to watch this game.
Well, if Finland's going to have any chance, they have to get Saku Koivu and Teemu Solani back on the ball here. They have to start being a power and dominant. Right now, they're invisible.
Let's take a look at our summary brought to you by Samuel Adams. Our World Cup summary, Marty Brodeur. 119 saves on 124 shots to this point. Finland, the only team to overcome a deficit in this World Cup year. Can they do it again? Did not have the lead in this game. Team Canada's on top for the third time. Lemieux got taken out of the play by Salo. Team Canada will get it back at center. We close in on the 9-minute mark to go. Regier, Lemieux sends it in wide. Vannanen got checked from behind by Iginla, but the puck came free. Jokinen will send it back into the corner. Peltonen turns on Niedermayer. Regier there, up the wall. Held in by Lidman, and he lost it to Lemieux. Lemieux's had a couple of nice plays with that long stick here. Kiprusoff and Iginla's chance. Kicked it away. Ruutu will pick it back up. Both teams changing. Into the middle, intercepted Sakic, and they had not cleared the zone.
I think Team Canada was listening to you, JR. I mean, they're really putting a strong forecheck on when they can, being responsible with their second man in, their third man in, and Finland has not been able to get anything going here for about the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Well, during one of those last breaks, I looked at the bench and I saw Ken Hitchcock yelling at some of the players, saying, "Let's go at them, guys. We're sitting back. Didn't we learn from what happened to the U.S. the other day? Let's go."
That'll be whistled on the offside again. Face-off back out at center. Mario Lemieux taking the glove off over there, as always he may have taken a whack. That left hand.
Well, if there's no ice on it, that's a good sign for Mario.
Captain here of this Team Canada. He did not get to play in '96 when the United States had the upset over Team Canada. Team Canada's trying to just wrap them all up now, having won the gold in the Olympics at Salt Lake, looking for the World Cup championship here, reestablishing themselves as the world's best. Deep it goes. Timonen pays the price. Sakic was all over him. Bounced up in the air. No more pressure put on. Finland had it at center, knocked away by Richards. They've got the regroup. Timonenis from playing with Nashville sends it back in. Martin Brodeur up. Bouwmeester's got it. Let it go all the way through center. Ryan Smith will poke it into the zone and made sure he didn't get a whistle on it. Both teams again changing, trying to keep fresh lines out there. Hedlund trying to move that one in, could not, tied up at the blue line. Team Canada standing him up at the blue line that time. That'll be sent in by Heatley. LeCavalier sends it back in behind the net. Hentunen, he played for Switzerland during the regular European season. Hentunen did, and of course playing here on the Finnish national team. That one will be sent in from center. Ruutu got it in deep. Team Canada and Finland over the boards. And they'll wait. Teppo Numminen and behind the net.
Again, the matchup that Pat Quinn has stuck with since the opening faceoff in place. Joe Thornton with his guys Doan and Draper against Saku Koivu, Teemu Selanne, and Juri Lehtinen. And they have done a tremendous job of negating the most dangerous offensive players from Finland.
They dump it in deep to try and get around it. Oh, Price just got Mikko Eloranta down on the ice. Eloranta got leveled. He's moving out there. There's no whistle yet. He gets back up. Not sure he knows where he is. They've got to clear the zone. Draper steals it. 3-on-2. Draper moving it in. Blast is held onto by Kiprusoff. Mikko Eloranta getting to the bench.
Well, in the National Hockey League, we stress work hard, try to negate the icing. Let me tell you something. This takes a lot of guts to go in there first, knowing that you're just going to get killed. Listen to this. Ouch!
Clean hit by Robin Regeer. And Robin Regeer. And here's what Eloranta knew going in. That he was going in against Robin Regeer. Robin finishes everybody and everything.
Joe Sakic on the face-off, trying to get it back after Jokinen won the draw. That'll be dumped. Brewer trying to get it, could not. Played back in behind the net. Brewer down to 6:11 left to go. The clock is all screwed up here, so we can't tell you. I think the clock's still running. It was blinking on and off. Now it's back on at 6:04 remaining to go. Played back in behind the net by Vannanen. Moved back by Salo. Salo, Team Finland trying to get back into it. That'll be deflected up and over the glass. Canada leading it by a score of 3-2. 5:52 left, and it is not over.
Well, this may be the last hockey we see for a while. Maybe the last hockey we see for a long while. But as usual, it's been a tremendous tournament. Wayne Gretzky having built a second team. Remember, Canada won gold in 2002 at the Olympics. Only 10 players are holdovers from that team 2 years ago. So a changing of the guard with some exceptions. Here's one, Mario Lemieux. Canada still poised to flex their muscles as the world hockey power.
This is one reason why we have to get this labor issue resolved and get back to playing. With Mario feeling as good as he is, getting back into shape, playing some of the best hockey he's played in years, we need to be on the ice and have the talents of Mario Lemieux on TV to help boost up the hockey in America. Because now we have Mario back, we need the hockey back. We got to get this thing straightened out.
All these young players, you realize 12 of the 25 on this Canadian roster are under 25 years of age. I mean, this is a young Canadian team. 12 are 25 or younger. And you got that great mix of the Sakic, Lemieux type veterans on this, and then all these young kids who are learning from them. And you don't play hockey this year, what effect will it have on the Tampa Bay franchise that wins the cup, rights itself? Yeah, there's a huge momentum there in Florida.
Forget the momentum.
It'll all be gone.
All be gone.
Not only that, but now they have a good fan base down there. They've created excitement. They've brought people in to give them a championship team. People are excited about it, and now you're going to sweep it right out from underneath their feet. It's terrible.
There will be tomorrow, as we said, the press conference in New York. The players will be locked out. Tomorrow afternoon, the announcement will be made, and then nobody, and I mean nobody, knows where it goes from there.
Well, for all the people that are the folks out there that actually pay the salaries and create the profit for the owners by buying hockey tickets, we're sorry, folks. We're damn sorry.
And not a thing we can do. Regeer goes back to get it. Played it back in behind the net. 5:46 left to go here in this third period. Can Finland come on with one big goal to get this thing tied up in this third? Iginla in the corner. Takes the hit. Jokinen. Iginla controls it. Iginla. Jokinen do battle along the near side wall. Jerome Iginla backs it up. Lemieux back out. Leaves it on the point. Regeer to Lemieux. Lemieux looking. Sakic's out there in front of the net. Comes back to help. Sakic tried to kick it away. Could not. Puck sitting there. Iginla. Jokinen just would not let him go.
Joe McGinley's best shift of this game, though. He killed about 35 seconds off the clock by himself.
Niedermayer gets it. Jams it right back in. Team Canada and Finland will change it up. 5 minutes to go. Third period. Played back in behind the net. Cleared up by Lidman. Nobody there but Foot. Adam Foot. Foot flips it. Lost it. Foot recovered enough to keep Finland from getting it in. Lidman sends it in. Intended for Teemu Selanne. Played by Martin Brodeur. Brodeur around off the dasher. Lidman stepped up. Lidman intercepted. What a game Lidman has played. Salo back to get it.
He's got primary assists on both of Finland's goals.
Doan stripped to the puck of the blue line. Koivu to Teemu Selanne. Back to Koivu. Foot's there in front of him. Foot and Brewer out there defensively against this top line for the Finns. That'll be sent in by Thornton. Making sure Team Canada that they get the puck deep and then get a line change to keep fresh legs out there. Finland now is going to make the charge.
It's time to take some chances now for Finland. They've played a very aggressive forechecking defensive style. Now it's time to send everybody. Take a chance. Go for that goal. They need 4 minutes left. They have to start taking as many chances as they can.
Marty Brodeur to knock it down. Hentunen was the man who tried to knock it into the net.
Well, Canada has participated in every final game in the Canada Cup, the forerunner to the World Cup of Hockey, and the World Cup. But one thing Canada has never done, no team has ever won every game in a Canada Cup or a World Cup. The best record was Canada's 6-0-2, but they are 4 minutes and 7 seconds away from going undefeated, wire to wire.
They have won 7 straight games that have been decided by a goal, and Brodeur with a big save. Timonen, blue line chance, and that was an opportunity.
You know, Marty Brodeur, you knew that he didn't want to squeeze the puck and take a face-off here, because you always stand a chance of losing it. And look at the Finns. They just clustered around. All 3 forwards had a part in that face-off win. But because they were all trying to win the face-off back to the blue line, there was nobody screening.
Riku Hahl moves in to take the draw. They'll whistle it. 35-27. Canada the advantage on face-off so far. Big one right here, and Joe Sakic won it. Wallmeister sends it around. Lemieux waiting. Teppo Newman and all over him. Lemieux just fed it off the wall. Will they get it out of there? Yes, they will.
Or Joe Sakic, I don't think I've ever seen him make a mistake on one of those little dump outs of the zone, even when he's deep. What a touch he has.
He is an amazing player. 91 for Canada. He's still out there. Wallmeister all the way up ice. Wallmeister into the corner. Gets tied up by Lidman. Sakic, Lemieux, shot, fanned on, Niedermayer. 3:30 left to go, third period. Final game, World Cup. Canada trying to wrap it up and remain undefeated. Finland has come back twice, trying to do it again. Into the corner, Hagman, who has played a tough game. Trying to get it to the point. Salo jammed it off the wall and helped to hold it in, but it's bounced away off Richards' stick. Brad Richards gets it back 3-on-2 into the middle. Looking, Gagne shots, rebound, St. Louis! Save by Kiprusoff. A 3-on-2 with St. Louis with a second chance after Gagne had the first. Kick back to Martin. St. Louis by Richards into the middle. Gagne blocked. Richards again, shot, save! Kiprusoff, and he had St. Louis skating right in front of him.
Remember those 2 saves right there.
Big saves by Miikka Kiprusoff. Gagne clears it in.
Here comes the crowd. They can sense it now with 2.5 minutes left. They know that cup is in sight, and they don't want their team to get a letdown. They're going to start getting loud.
Johnny Lidman played it off the wall. It'll be held back in by Doan. Back to get it is Lidman. Lidman challenged by Draper. Holds it. Goes to Teemu Selanne. Selanne looking up ice. Trying to send it in. Missed it. Doan got it back. Doan ships it ahead along the near side wall. Team Canada stays on side. They dump in by Thornton, rink wide. 2:11 left to go. Berg going over to get it. Berg sends it to Selanne. Teemu Selanne. Koivu. Koivu to the red. Koivu into the zone on side. Team Canada will not get him room. Brewer just dumped Koivu at the blue line. Cleared around to Lemieux. Mario Lemieux. Off the wall. Not out. Teppo Newman held it in. Lemieux sends it deeper into his own zone to Brewer. Minute 47 left to go. Up the near side boards, not out of there. We'll keep an eye on Kiprusoff at the other end with a minute 40 remaining here in the third period. Teuvo Numminen bounced it in. Brodeur's got to play it. And Foot clears it around. There will be an alternate team and an MVP. That one goes up into the netting. A minute 29 left.
We have talked about how you can't bury the Finns. You can get them in the grave, but it's tough to start throwing dirt on top of them. Why? Because of the play of their goaltender, Miikka Kiprusoff. A screen that came through St. Louis off the stick of Brad Richards. Before that, Simon Gagne with a drive from the slot. And Miikka Kiprusoff digging in. A minute and 29 seconds to go. Finland appears to have called a timeout here.
It's exactly what you want from your goaltender, to make that big save, to keep them in range, give them that opportunity to tie this game up, because it could have ended right there. What are some great saves by Miikka Kiprusoff.
Toronto's full house. Waiting.
And this is in a minute and 29 seconds. Should Canada hang on to win this, the coming of age of the young players will just about be complete, especially the defensemen for Team Canada. I know they've got Mario Lemieux on the bench. They got Jay Bouwmeester. They got the Florida Panthers. They got Scott Hannon of the San Jose Sharks. They got Eric Brewer, the Edmonton Oilers. These are all young players that have done a tremendous job so far in the World Cup. Minute 29 seconds from now, their development will be just about complete if they're champions here.
Interesting what they've done here. None of the banners that normally hang from the ceiling were hanging in this game. Until 1 minute ago, they dropped all the banners, all the championship banners, all the Hall of Fame members and retired numbers here in Toronto, the Canadian flag. All of this just came down out of the rafters. There was no appearance of them until like 2 minutes ago. All the Stanley Cups that have been won. Carry on the tradition was the sign inside the Canadian locker room for this game tonight, where they're playing this one right into the film festival that's going on here. Riku clears this one back out the center. Minute 23 left to go. Sakic on the intercept. If Lemieux was ever to get a goal here at the end of this game, all those banners might come down due to noise abatement. Into the corner. Team Canada trying to control. Finland. Empty net at the other end. They've got the extra skater. Salo shot. Brodeur knocked it away. Hit it with a blocker. 1 minute left to go, third period. Niedermayer. Salo trying to jam it out. Niedermayer trying to tie it up. Salo comes all the way down into the corner to help Ruutu. Behind the net, centering pass. Blocked by Iginla. Empty net the other way. Iginla just flips it out of there.
What a very smart play by Iginla. Never has the puck in the last minute. Unselfish, he just chips it away.
Jokinen's got it. Jokinen trying to move by. Can't. Thornton clears it back into the zone. 32 seconds left to go. Team Canada on the verge of a World Cup championship. Up the near side wall. Finland can't get it out of there. Centering pass by Doan gets blocked. 18 seconds left to go. Canada's game, Canada's heritage. They lost the World Cup in '96 in the best of 3 to Team USA. Can they get it back tonight? Koivu knocks it down. Koivu in the corner doing battle with Hannon, Gagne. 3, 2, World Cup championship, Canada!
Canada not lose a game in the World Cup of Hockey. They never trailed. How solid is that?
A perfect mark, the first team in World Cup or Canada Cup history to win every game it played in a single tournament year.
Well, you could feel the excitement up here all week, being here, knowing that they're championship is right at their fingertips. And I'm telling you, that's all Canada wanted is a championship. International play especially, Stanley Cups and all, but international play is so important to Canadians. They take this so seriously. This is bigger than the Super Bowl up here in Canada, and now they got it.
Mario Lemieux, Martin Brodeur, the winning goaltender, questionable until really last night as to whether or not that wrist would hold up so he could play.
Well, what an effort for Team Finland. This is the team, the best team that Finland has ever had. And it starts with their goalie, Miikka Kiprusoff. And they really believed that they could beat anybody, and they came within a goal of tying Canada here in the championship game. They have a lot to be proud of.
So Finland and Team Canada go through the traditional handshake that we see in the Stanley Cup playoffs and in World Championship play. And Finland will have to wait. They won the silver in '92 at the Olympics, the bronze in '94 and '98. They were hoping for their first World Championship here, but by 1 goal, Miikka Kiprusoff and Team Finland lose to Canada 3-2. Canada now has won 8 straight games decided by 1 goal. Games decided by 1 goal. Not that they were all consecutive, but the last 8 games they've played in that were decided by 1 goal, they have won them all.
And you know what? I can't think of one player that played for Canada in the World Cup of Hockey that didn't contribute in some way. You look at the offensive numbers, if you think about the players that were the defensive unsung heroes, Roberto Luongo comes in and wins the game Saturday night that brings them into the championship game. I'll tell you what, team all the way.
Aaron Andrews is on the ice. Aaron?
All right, Gary, here with Martin Brodeur. You've got the Stanley Cup rings, you have the trophies, you have the gold medal. Where does this rank?
Well, this is great, you know, just knowing that we had a chance to win it, a few years back in '96, and now we come in here and dominate throughout the tournament, being 6-0, definitely a great feeling.
How much more does this mean to you because you were the #1 guy coming in?
Well, it's a lot of pressure, but, I've been playing with some great players over there, and they really helped me out. My injury, when it occurred, Roberto was able to jump in there, still a big game for us, and give us the opportunity to play in the finals.
How bad was the injury for you, Marty?
Well, it was pretty tough for me not to play. It was definitely hurting me, but today, trainers did a good job, and I was able to play.
Martin, thanks so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Aaron, thanks very much. There will be an MVP, as we said, as well as an all-tourney team here. And as Bill noted, tough to select 13 different goal scorers for Team Canada. The all-tournament team is also going to be announced here. Here they are. The goaltender from Team Canada, Martin Brodeur. The remaining members of this all-tourney team. Let's go to the PA announcer for it.
On defense, from Team Finland, Kimmo Timonen. And from Team Canada, Adam Foote. And the forwards, from Team Finland, Saku Koivu. From Team Canada, Vincent Lecavalier. And from Team Sweden, Fredrik Modin. Now please direct your attention to center ice as Samsung Canada Vice President of Marketing and Sales, Pat Button, awards the Samsung Tournament MVP to the World Cup of Hockey's most valuable player. The Samsung Tournament MVP will receive the award-winning Samsung high-definition pedestal TV with DLP. Please join us in congratulating Team Canada's Vincent Lecavalier, our Samsung Tournament MVP.
How's that for a guy who wasn't supposed to be on this team, but for an injury ends up being the MVP on the championship team?
Well, it's funny because we talked earlier how Vincent Lecavalier's development in this tournament almost mirrors how Mario was back in '86. To come in, to be a replacement, and to be the MVP just goes to show you the talent that Vincent Lecavalier has.
Somewhere, and I'm going to assume it's in Tampa Bay, John Tortorella is smiling, as he should be.
Coach of Tampa Bay, who had his battles with Vinny Lecavalier to try and make him a better player, team player.
Torts, we know you're watching, and we know you're smiling right now.
Boy, I'll tell you, how about that? 99 days after you won a Stanley Cup, you win the World Cup of hockey, and you're the MVP of it.
Marty St. Louis won the Hart Trophy for Tampa as the MVP in the regular season. Brad Richards won the Conn Smythe Trophy as the MVP in the playoffs, and now Vinny Lecavalier wins the MVP of the World Cup.
Mercy.
Dynasty.
Coach of the Year, Tampa Bay.
Yep.
Man, oh man.
I'll tell you, I think Team Canada did a great job in picking this team. It was great. I think they picked a team that most resembled an NHL team, especially on an NHL ice, to go out there to dominate all the world like they did. It was impressive.
Let's go back down to Aaron.
All right, Gary, I'm here right now with Vincent Lecavalier, named MVP. What's going through your mind right now, Vinny?
Well, it's a great honor. I mean, it's definitely a team effort. We played so well throughout the whole tournament, you know, not losing a game, and you know, playing with Smitty and Danny Haley was unbelievable.
Well deserved. Congratulations, Vinny.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Aaron, thank you. He's going to go back over and join his team as the presentation now. Borja Salming is going to make the presentation. One of the great Toronto favorites back for this. And Mario Lemieux will accept the award.
This is what Mario worked so hard for this summer, to get himself in shape, get himself the ability to play at the level that he played in to win this cup for Canada. He was awesome.
Should have set a tone early.
And you called it. What a great call. Not that it was very hard, but Mario Lemieux. That was awesome. Right off the start. He heard you.
Frank Gehry designed that, an architect for a new World Cup. And Mario Lemieux signal he wanted the rest of his teammates out there, and now he'll take it around.
That's going to be on the front page of the paper tomorrow, guaranteed. Take a look at that shot. All over Canada, front page.
As long as it will hold champagne, it qualifies as a quality trophy.
Well, it's funny because we talked about the trophy, and this is a new trophy this year now. They said the last trophy that they had that the Americans won in '96, the players complained because it was too heavy. They had to carry it around, and they couldn't carry it that long, so they had to redesign it.
Team Canada celebrating. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure working with you. I hope to God we have hockey soon, but only the good Lord knows. So for Aaron, JR, Bill Clement, Gary Thorne, let's go back to Dave and Barry.
All right, guys, a great job of calling this entire tournament that started a couple weeks ago in Helsinki. For those of you, a little programming note right now, NFL Live will not be seen tonight. Baseball tonight is coming your way. We will show you Barry Bonds chasing his 700th home run. We will show you his at-bats live with Carl Ravitch, Harold Reynolds, and John Kruk in just a moment. I know you want to talk, so we got your post-tournament thoughts coming your way in just a sec. Keep it locked right here on ESPN2. More from the World Cup of Hockey coming your way. Canada, a champion yet again. Welcome back to the ESPN studios. Barry Melrose and David Amber. This tournament started 2 weeks ago in Helsinki, the Czech Republic getting shut out by Finland. Here we are 2 weeks later in Toronto. Canada winning this tournament. Your thoughts, Barry?
Well, what strikes me about this tournament, and I'll remember forever, is Mario, because really coming in this, I didn't know if Mario was going to be a big factor. It was nice to give this guy a chance to play one more international competition for Canada, but he emerged a leader. He was great. He's still one of the greatest players ever to play at this time in his career, and I just hope that he will be playing for us to watch again. And the youth in the tournament, every team retooled with young guys. There's so many great young players in the NHL today.
Barry, give us some context here. Is this the last hockey we're going to see in a while as far as the labor impasse goes?
Yeah, it is. I think it's a real mess right now. I think both sides don't trust each other. Both sides are angry at each other. The owners have drawn a line in the sand. They're determined to come back with a system that they can live with and want, and they're prepared to do whatever they want. Certainly there's going to be a lockout. The season is not going to start unless something magical happens the next 2 or 3 hours. And once it gets to January, folks, that's really the last realistic time you can play and have half a season. Once it gets past January, you got to be looking at a whole year.
Yeah, the collective bargaining agreement set to expire tomorrow night at midnight. A very tenuous situation there. Really, we saw some great world domination, though, by Canada. 6-0 in this tournament. They win.
Canada's great right now, and they got young players, as mentioned, 10 guys under 24. Canada's best years are still ahead of them.
All right, baseball tonight's coming your way. We thank you for joining us for the entire World Cup of Hockey. Canada and Lemieux champions. We send it out to Carl Ravage, Harold Reynolds, John Kruk. Baseball tonight.